Imperial, the whole crew here tonight. The whole crew here
Yeah.
tonight. We're about to get busy. How's everybody doing today?
We good. We
What's
Everybody's all
good.
up?
right on the
Everyone's good.
Thursday? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Uh,
Yes. Y'all been seeing what's going on with Kanye West, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Kanye, baby.
Yeah.
I let him
Yeah.
know. Let him know.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about that? What's going on
I,
with him?
I feel like going DEFCON 3. That's what I feel like. No, I'm just playing.
I, hey, I just feel like he talking. That's all. He just talking. He did whatever he got going on. If he need to have something, if he got sneakers dropping or whatever he got dropping, he always it's controversy.
Hmm.
Controversy sale. Hey,
Yeah,
but hey, I hear you on the controversy, but when you get to talking about them people, boy, it be a whole nother level.
yeah, but
Yeah, but
he
you
don't
know,
even he don't even.
quiet as huh?
Oh, go ahead, cuz.
Quiet as kept. Slim Thug said the same thing uh, a couple weeks ago. Same exact thing. Oh, before we really get deep into it, let everybody introduce themselves.
Oh, okay. This your boy Quiz Man, aka Mr. H2O, the two sport grinder,
All right, where you from?
Rochester, New York,
All right,
upstate.
Roger. Okay, okay. Y'all, y'all already know it's your boy Big Freeze, repping 7 Mile, baby, 313 Detroit, baby.
Salute.
This Shadow. I'm
Where you
from
from?
I'm from Minneapolis, but I reside in Phoenix. Will never claim for
Okay.
home, but this is where I'm at.
All right, all right, all right.
What's up? What's up?
MFC.
Hey, Hey,
Uh,
hey. hey.
I'm MFC from the Bronx.
Oh,
the
the Bronx
Bronx.
house.
And I'm
All
Dr.
right.
Josh from the planet Zendar. Why y'all laughing at me, man? Everybody got to
Man.
always
Cause I tried to go.
shit.
I wanted
Hey,
to go to
we got to get it together. We got to build our own Wakanda. You know what I'm talking
Yep.
Yeah.
about?
Wakanda forever.
Yeah,
that.
that's right. That's right.
This
That's
real
right.
this real life. This ain't the movies, man. They gotta get with that. But no,
Yeah.
serious. Like, do you think what Kanye West is doing is detrimental, or is it a positive thing?
What is he doing?
He he
You know what he's doing.
he talking about Jews. He talking about we the original Jews. He saying true stuff. He saying the truth, the real true shit. And when he went to talking about Jews, that's when it started getting controversial.
Yeah, he
Right.
starts
Yep.
talking about how they run everything.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
from
Mhm.
the TV networks to the radio stations to the music that's being put out. Everything, everything is porn industry. Everything is run by them.
Yeah.
Uh
And
huh.
for you to even get in the door, you need one of them to go to the top. So
Mhm.
basically, he talking about like even with the fashion industry, they run that. So he basically just putting it out there like, look, we need we need we need to do our thing, or at least it should be. Say I'm gonna say should be. I don't know if he's. I believe that's the point he getting at is we need to do our own thing. He said, you know, the reason he having the issues with Adidas and stuff right now because he wanted to open some warehouses, one in Chicago, one in Atlanta, and
But
they didn't live up to their end of the bargain on a contract. And so he like, look, you know, our who down in Atlanta? That's our people.
yeah, but
Chicago got a lot of our people,
but
huh?
freeze, but freeze. Not to cut you off, but don't you think dealing with contracts and everything, he should have for he should basically have brung them his own contract. Remember, this wasn't like this was a Kanye West on his knees. He already was established a little bit. And see,
Right,
this is the thing, and you got to remember. And this is what I try to tell people. If you ain't coming with your business correct, why you gonna get mad at somebody when they jerk you?
but
Right.
that was the thing. He did have the business correct.
So
That
then
was
why
part
is
of
he
the deal. This
okay? So
listen,
why is he
this is
complaining
what
though?
this is what he frustrated about. He said he lived up to his end of the bargain. and a part of the contract was to open up a warehouse in Atlanta and one in Chicago.
I got
He
that
he
part.
said he fulfilled his obligation, but they didn't fulfill their obligation, and they feel like they don't need the they don't. He feel
Okay.
like they acted like they don't feel like they need to uh, uh, compensate that part of the agreement.
Okay, but that goes back to he didn't come with the right contract. Meaning, if you do not fulfill what you're saying, then the contract is void, right? It seems like he's complaining because they won't let him
That's
in
right.
their parties. They won't give him certain
Yeah,
And
information. It
yeah,
seems like that's
right.
what. Then he's also saying, you got to remember, he's saying he's jealous.
Yeah, he
Jealousy.
said
You get
that.
it?
Yeah,
Okay.
he said he's jealous of their community, how they stick
Who's that?
together,
What was that guy
how
that
they
was
not
piping his
killing
wife?
each other,
The guy that,
how they not doing all the
Pete Davis.
abortions. That's what he
yeah,
said.
he's Jewish, correct?
Yeah,
Pete's Jewish. Okay. You
yeah,
notice. You notice. Not once has Kanye West talked about white supremacy, right?
right. At all, at
Right.
all.
That's right. I'm saying right, Freeze. That's a big factor. So it
Oh
doesn't.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
Okay.
Dr. Joss, do you
Yeah.
think it's potentially he's not talking about white supremacy because white supremacy hasn't necessarily, and I'm just speaking directly about him, it hasn't held him back from certain avenues that he's tried to achieve. He's achieved probably the mass majority of the avenues he wanted to walk down. These people are preventing him, and they're Jews. So that is something to zero in on. Why would I talk about the Europeans if they're not my hold up right now? You understand what I'm saying? If I went to an all African community here in America with three K's in the middle and they wouldn't let me in, they're probably the ones I'm going to talk about. But if I do have an establishment over where the Europeans are or where the Hispanics are or what have you, why am I going to talk about them? Why would I be my back totally, you know, just stiffed up over them? If
What?
these Jews are the people that are preventing, in his mindset, from him going down a certain avenue, he ain't no different than us. You cut the brother, he gonna bleed. Cut
Yeah,
you gonna bleed. Me too. So I see why he talking about. I guess I see
No.
as far as what you're saying.
Look, look,
Why
like
talk
we
about
talk
white
about.
supremacy? That does nothing to him. The white supremacy affects
Huh?
small people like you and I. It don't affect people that got bread like that.
yeah. I think
Okay. But okay. So if you're saying that, then so it goes the same thing with the Jewish people. Why would that affect you? He's the richest black man in America. Okay. If they don't let him open, you mean to tell me with his money he can't open those same facilities? He can't. The same thing he was arguing with Sway years ago. You don't got the answers now. All of a sudden, oh, I apologize. You right, Sway. We need to
So
Hey,
stop.
and ain't nothing wrong with that. He didn't
no,
see it back then.
but
He had
what?
to let.
No, no,
Go
but I'm
ahead.
saying the same thing right now. Instead of complaining, and it looks like it's real coincidental. All of a sudden, your ex-wife, she's lovey-dovey with this Jewish guy. Now all of a sudden, you got a problem with primarily Jewish people. When here it is, white supremacy breaks into every facet into our lives. Our
in
meaning,
our lives, but not
yeah.
his life
Why,
though,
why,
Josh.
okay, why
Let
not
me
his?
tell
Why
you.
not his
Let me
life?
tell
Okay,
you.
hold on. Let's stay on that. Why not his life, Shadow?
Because if it broke into his life, preventing him from doing something, then that would be a complaint. But what is it that they have prevented him from doing? You just
He
said
just
he is the
recently talked
most
about his kids.
richest.
We're not
You
getting his
just said
kids.
he's
What
the
was
most
that?
richest man of melanated descent in America.
Yeah.
Europeans didn't stop that. And believe me, they
Oh,
could
they
have.
No,
how? How was
The
that?
same way Europeans stop everything.
I think what it is his ownership from him. I think it's more about his ownership. It's like just like the thing that they got with the coaches in the NFL. It's like you can get money, but you can't get certain positions with money. You know
Right.
what I
Mm,
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
They hold them back. They hold them that too. But even though he's a piece of crap, he got a point on. He knows that regardless of how mad he is at black people for whatever they did to him, he ain't gonna. He go to that party over there. They don't want him over there either. They don't want him to do certain things over there either. It's just minor things that he probably that probably we don't see, that's a lot to him that he can't position himself.
Hmm.
You see what I'm
Let,
He can,
saying? It makes sense.
they won't let him in that billionaire crowd. That's
Right,
it. Seems
right,
like they're
right,
complaining about. Yeah.
right,
let me
right.
tell you something. I seen this video last night when Kanye West made the White Lives Matter shirts. Fox News and all the other outlets, white folks was praising Kanye West, like talking about how much of a genius he is, all these how smart he was, all these different things. Soon as he said something about Jews, everything went left. Not only from the same folks that was praising him to the folks that's his own people. You know what I mean? So
You know,
when you talk about we we don't never talk about Jew supremacy because they the ones that's orchestrating everything. Everything you watch is Jew produced.
a
The
lot of
finance,
a lot of
even
people
the IMF.
a lot of
Yeah,
people
but
don't
freeze. We did. Sure.
a lot of people don't know that they financed the transatlantic slave trade. A
Slave
lot of people
trade.
don't know they financed that.
Yep.
A lot of
Yeah,
people
but
don't know.
we saw this years ago. Remember Michael Jackson? He said one line about, I think he said kite,
Right.
which is a derogatory name for Jewish person, right? He had to
Uh,
take that out. See, and this is the thing. People knew about this. I knew about this, so I'm quite sure other
yeah,
people
we
knew
all
about
did.
this. Okay, and then rap done changed to the point where we're disrespecting ourselves. And what he's saying is these are people that own these labels, they own the publications, they own the news outlets. If they didn't want it going the same way how they shutting him down by saying these anti-Semitic things, they could have been shut down the death rap that we have now. So of course, if they're behind it. But my thing is, what are the solutions? I would say the solutions would be people like Puff Daddy, even Kanye West, start putting out that right music. Well, and not even rap. What he was complaining about R&B, there's no more good R&B no more. Do that, which is what I think Puffy's doing right now. So that's my opinion on how you change
Uh,
it. You don't want me in your party? Cool. I don't want to be in your party
right.
anyway if you don't want me in there. Let me
Right.
start my own party. That's my
Right.
thing with Kanye West. I wouldn't be out there complaining. I would just start my own party. He
Yeah,
got the
Right.
means and the money.
And
And
but
and
to me,
and
it makes
I
you look stupid. It makes you
and
look beneath by you complaining.
I, I believe that's the path he on. I believe that's the path he on.
Yeah,
However,
but
however, you know, he messed up. The White Lives Matter thing threw a lot of people off. Let's be real, it threw a lot of people off. But I do really believe that's the
George
path
Floyd.
he on.
The
Yeah,
same thing with
George
George
Floyd.
Floyd. These
Yep,
are
yep.
these are white talking points, white
Right.
nationalists. You got to
I
remember.
agree.
Remember, they was walking around with the tiki torches. What were they saying? The
Right.
yeah,
Jews will not replace us. The
yep,
Jews will not. Okay, these are white talking points. Same thing he
Cause,
was saying with the George Floyd thing. So that all
cause
of
check
that,
it.
he's this genius, and he has something behind the cloak that he's gonna come out with. Nah,
Check
he
this
just
out,
but
Josh. We could talk about white supremacy all day on anything, on national TV, everything. But one thing we cannot talk about is Jews. Think about that. So that's the real power right there.
but if you
That's
know,
the real power because think about anytime somebody say something about a Jew, give it a day or two, they apologizing every single time. Look at
yeah,
Nick
okay,
Cannon. Look at Nick Cannon.
okay, but
He went his route saying what he was saying. Next thing you know, he
no, I get
apologizing.
it, but dog, but
Everybody,
I'm,
you're acting like that's something that he came out this brainstorm. We been through this. That's why I brought up the Michael Jackson situation.
I, I
uh,
I think what you said before when you said we got our own. I think that's what it is. I don't understand why a bunch of these artists and ball players don't come together and start their
Because
own
they
leagues.
because
exactly.
they
Exactly.
sell out. He just said it when he's talking about when Puff recently when Puff Daddy tried to contact Kanye West. His remark back was, "You're getting in touch with me because people are calling you to get in touch with me. We know the people he's talking about, and
Yeah,
that's the sellout thing." Don't you think years ago Puffy would have got enough money where he could say, "Hey, I don't need you no more." Same thing with drugs. I'm selling for you. Next thing you know, I get enough money to re up myself. I don't need you anymore. Correct?
Right,
So
right.
that's how the game should go. But the only reason it doesn't go like that because they will shut you down. Look at Sam Cooke. You think
yeah,
Sam Cooke that he got killed by the prostitute? Come on now. We know what that was behind because he was going self-independent.
yeah,
But
yeah.
see, the thing
Okay?
is, the thing is, collectively, if we got enough millionaires, we got some billionaires that could come together collectively. If
We
they
got
do good
seven
business,
billionaire, seven
So,
billionaires out of 680 something.
Mm-hmm.
so
you
shut up,
you
Doc.
got
So
you
listen,
got
y'all. Though, but this is the
yeah,
thing. From my understanding, and I don't know where I got this from because I might have heard it, might have researched it. I don't know, but I've been knowing it for so long. But
hip
it's
hop.
only so far any melanated person can go. You feel me? Like when you look at Prince, when you look at the Huxtable Daddy, when you look at Michael, you only going so far.
Yeah,
I don't
true,
care how much money you got. When
true.
you say, how come we can't collectively come together? That's like Oprah. Do you realize Oprah would not have been able to jumpstart a school over here for melanated children as she did
That's
over there in that country? They're not going to let that happen. They're not going to let you pour into our community. Anytime you see a ball player go into, like in Memphis, every now and then and it's probably other states too, but we often have ball players that come into our community and into our schools and into our parks, and they do little rallies and they hug around our kids. I can't think of this one's name. He used to always come and get my son from the Grizzlies. You only can do so much, because if he had came in there and said, boom, not only am I gonna buy everybody a pair of gym shoes, I'm gonna start a class and I'm gonna make sure everybody has transportation to get to this class so y'all can learn how to garden, or y'all can learn how to trade in the foreign exchange, or I'm gonna teach y'all what the
credit.
value of money is. You're going down. You're going down. Bill Cosby,
Nipsey
NBC.
Hussle.
It,
Nipsey
Nip,
Hussle.
Yeah,
Nipsey, and you know what? Because I didn't
I
know
mean,
nothing
that
about
go.
Nipsey. I just knew the
Hello.
boy was fine as, whoo, Jesus. God, dog, let me come back to y'all. That boy was so fine, y'all. But let me tell you, when I learned of the things that he had done in his community, for his community, with his community,
And look how he was treated in his
I'm not
community.
I'm not gonna necessarily, here's the thing though. I'm not gonna necessarily say that there was no driving factor behind his homicide. But can I tell you, I would never ever be surprised if 20 years later y'all opened up a cover and it say uncovered something and it said it was this one European that drove that whole operation. Yes, them two had beef, or yes, they had a problem because Nipsey disrespected him or some old weird stuff. But at the end of the day, I would not be surprised if a European pushed that whole narrative of Nipsey
So
dying. I just,
okay,
it
so
just,
then why Kanye, then why you just answered the question. Then why did Kanye West constantly talking about Jews when here it is, white supremacy has something to do with it as much, if not more. And the reason why more, let's go back to slavery, let's go back to the crack era. Oh yeah,
but you
I
know what I think?
digress.
You know what I think it is, Brody?
So
I
it,
think
it holds hand in hand. White supremacy. If you're talking about white supremacy, you must be talking about anti. You know what I mean? You can't talk
we're
about
gonna
that
talk
because, like I
about
said,
white supremacy with people on
I,
the caliber of people such as Kanye, whatever the boy name is.
yay, yep.
Wouldn't be where he is.
I,
I'm not
If it
saying that
wasn't white,
I,
they'll let a couple they'll
Europeans
one
are
mic,
like,
one mic.
but you got to remember what we are to Europeans. What we are to
Quit.
Europeans, we are their entertainment, whether we rapping, singing, preaching, dancing, anything to entertain them. And it's always been that way. You understand what
so
I'm
what
saying? So you have to be something that's going to help them along the way. So no, white supremacy isn't going to shut you down, as they haven't shut him down from getting his bread in the capacity he does. But the Jews' money is different than Europeans' money. The Jews'
Mm-hmm.
their community is different than
Yep.
the European community.
how's that?
You remember,
Quit.
they
because
got
number one, Jews' money is gonna stay with Jews way
Yep.
longer than anybody else.
and they
Yep.
got they
Their
got the
money circulates within their
Up.
community at least 6 times before they let it go
18,
out into the
18,
European community.
18.
Can you
yo they,
blame
Hey,
them
So
hey,
though?
you
quiz. Hey,
the
quiz.
Europeans,
Quiz. What was you gonna say?
they got their own police. They got their own police. They got their own police. They got in their communities. Even here in upstate, they got police. They got their own
And can
police.
you blame them though?
The
No,
Jews
you
are
can't.
the Jews,
Okay. So think
but
about it. He's
What?
up here complaining about something that here it is. Do it yourself. That's like I'm making money and you can make the same amount of money, but you don't want to get off your ass or whatever the case. Don't complain. You could do the same damn shit. My thing is he has the means. What are you
I
when
complaining
I,
about?
I
But he
think.
could
But
be
listen.
venting. He
But
could
when
be
listen.
the
venting
power
right now, and he has
yeah,
his moves planned, but he's going to
he
go further.
yeah
Huh?
I agree with you.
But I
Go
think.
ahead, MSC.
I I think real quick. I think they know that his people are not with him. So I think
Right.
that's why it's in the wind with him, because they know that he's created all that problems with his own people. So they know that, and they're not gonna be black people ain't gonna support him. People been burning up black people been burning up Yeezys and all this crazy shit, dumb shit. But I think that's what it is. They know they know in part ways that his people not riding for him. They know that because
A
he
lot of
That's
did that.
people.
that's pretty much saying yeah. That's
It
what
doesn't
Tim
seem
Stubbs was saying.
genuine. It doesn't seem
Yeah,
genuine with him.
yeah,
That's why a lot of people not riding on. I just believe it
right,
doesn't
right,
seem genuine. It seems like he's coming at it because, like I said, old Pete was banging his wife. You see, he keeps going back to his wife. It's all like, would you want somebody that treated you in that fashion publicly? But
right.
look, this is where his mind state is, and this is a person that they say, oh, he's a genius. He ain't coming up with something new. Come on, they've been taking rappers they before rap even came. Shit,
Look,
R and
look.
B. Shit,
Some
blues
some
music. That was all. Like I said, look at the people who own the rights to those music. George Clinton,
listen,
all those guys. They don't own it. You know what I mean? I think shit. James Brown's the only one.
listen. Before listen. If he would have spoke about this sooner, he wouldn't have been able to been in this position to get to the billionaire status.
That's right.
So he had to, like he said on his song, "Wait till I get my
Uh-oh.
money right. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing." He said that years ago. Now he got
You're
it
And,
out,
right.
and,
You're
and
right.
you know
and
what?
he's speaking about it. Sometimes the
That's a fact. That's a
ti-
fact.
timing
Yep.
might not be the greatest timing, but shit, he got what he needed to get. It's on these. Look, if it's genuine or not, he in a position where he need to be reaching out to other artists that's of his stature and other artists that's millionaires, basketball players, business owners. They ain't on Tyler Perry got the whole studio. They ain't on Byron Allen got many TV stations. Oprah got a network. They ain't on all types of shit. They could come together collectively and open up schools, businesses, build neighborhoods, all these things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what his plan is at all. But
I
I
So,
tell
really
so
you
you
don't
what,
think?
think
he
that
did
many of them
expose
are
a lot of stuff.
interested in. I really just, I just don't think that many of them are that interested in uplifting.
I
Yeah, if they built a
you
school,
right.
I don't think they would go build a school specifically for melanated children of African descent. I don't think that they would, go all out for neighborhoods that are privatized. Like
Kanye
it's
West got a
just
school, don't he?
Right.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got a school
yeah.
already. It's the
Don,
Donda school. The Donda school.
yeah, he
Yeah,
got
where they
one.
sing
That
Donda songs.
look,
Yeah, he's.
this
where they
this
say
how
Donda.
you
What the
this
fuck is Donda, Doc?
look
His
Yeah,
wife.
this how
that's his mama's
and
name.
I mean, his
So
wife,
everything is
mom.
Donda.
and, and
Yeah.
and then you can reach out to the Nation of Islam, the Israelites, whoever. Drop all the religious stuff, and they could, reach out to them for security, and shit like that. It's so many lanes that could be open if they came together.
Yeah,
Don't you think
And
these
it's
people
gonna be
have
a
thought of
fight.
that? Don't you think these people have been pitched these ideals? Don't you know these people got so many people in their lineage, close lineage, first cousins, siblings, nieces, nephews that are just as broke as we are? And
Uh,
don't you think these people know this? Like I'm half a
I,
hundred plus
I,
two, and it
I,
ain't
be-
happened.
I, I,
I just really don't believe that they take that type of interest. Now, what
be,
would show me that you take that type of interest is if you take a bullet from white supremacy, as the doc would say, and if they say, you know what, we're gonna strip you from everything, you'd be like, fuck you, I'll just jump in real estate with the little money I do got, but I'm
you
gonna
don't,
go over here and fund this
you
community.
don't,
I
you
don't
don't
see
think they
nobody
trying to,
doing that.
you don't think they
Right.
trying to You don't think they're trying to strip Kanye of everything right now? Look at all the apologists coming out right now. Talking about, oh, Noriega talking about, oh, we should have never had him on the show. Breakfast Club. Oh, you shouldn't have let him talk on anything. See,
But
that
black
same
people
thing.
don't rock with him.
That, yeah,
Right.
that same
Yeah,
thing they
but
did with
Freeze, you acting
Farrakhan.
like dog. Let me tell you something. You know what's way more detrimental? This is the same person that said George Bush don't like black people, right?
Right.
Got with a white woman, had all of these kids. Cause
Right.
trust me, then he did what? Did the opposite backwards, made it look even worse. So
Mm.
come on now, would you rock with somebody like that? You don't know he's so. That's like the game. That's like 50 Cent. You can't mess with him. You know why? Because you don't know how he's gonna be next week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Come on, man. That's even more detrimental. These are, and then it gives more talking points to who? The white people. Like, come on, dog. This
Yeah.
is what your own people do. Same thing with Obama. That's why by Obama being the president for 2 terms and not doing nothing for us, that gives white people a talking point. Like, hey, you guys had a black president. Look what he did. How you
Right.
gonna come at me? Come
Hey,
on
I'm
now.
glad you
That's why
brought
it
that
makes it
up.
more
No,
deadly.
no, no.
For
I'm glad you brought that up because Obama was a Democrat. What did Kanye
uh,
bring up? He talked about the Democrats. They always
bro, they
make
both
promise.
they
Hold
both
on,
the
hold on.
same.
Listen, listen. I know they are, but Democrats always feel like the black people are going to vote for them either way it goes, so they could
Yep.
keep
That's
making.
because our people do vote for him, and our
Yeah,
people
they
vote
don't.
for him because
Exactly.
we've been psychologically
Yeah.
trained that we're supposed to go Democratic because we're supposed to get a handout.
But
Not getting the whole ideal of with the handout comes a form of control. With the
Yep.
Yep.
yeah,
handout comes a form of putting you in
Nothing burgers.
another
Nothing.
it puts you in no, but it does put you in a uh, uh um a certain selective people. I can't pull the word out of my head, but you know what I'm saying. That's what we've been trained.
Burning
Like
that food.
my parents are Democrats, and the funny thing is, now I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a Democrat, no way by far. Not that I go for any political race, but if I were, it would definitely be the Republican. But
Yep.
what I'm saying is yeah, I'm done. Why you even mention Obama? Obama ain't even American with three K's in the middle. God damn.
hey, it don't matter. He still was the president.
I mean, you can't say but it's different if
Nope.
one of y'all was the president. Then we could say, as y'all would say, a black man. That man wasn't black. You ain't
What
gonna
was
never
he?
give me any. The
What was
motherfucker
he?
is from where his wife say he
Hawaii,
from?
Hawaii.
Kenya.
Where
Yeah.
Hawaii.
his no, that bitch is from Kenya. His wife said
Okay,
it.
but bottom line, he was president for 2 terms. His ass got
And it
black
don't
skin,
matter. I mean,
and
but
he's
he
a
was
white
see, and
talk.
here's
No, but
where
it
the
does
trick came
matter.
from. The trick came in right here. We are so dumb to look at the outside of a book and think that it looks good, but we never read the words in the book. Nobody never listened to what Obama said the whole time he campaigned. When the fool was
Oh, I
campaigning,
listen.
will you tell me one time this bastard said anything about doing anything for povertized people? He
I
didn't.
just
All
said
he
you acting
talked
like
about.
I'm talking Obama. I
I
just
know,
said
but I'm
Obama
just
did
saying.
nothing
I
for us.
know
He did
you're right.
nothing. 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 Burger. It was a
He never
nothing
said he
burger.
would. He came right in the door telling you he wasn't. He came right in the door and said, I stand up for faggots, I stand up for
Change.
Mexicans, and I stand up for the middle class. That's it. He gave
No,
me
and
more
people
rights than I ever
and
had in my
people
life
went
as a
for it,
white.
and people went for it again. That's the whole thing. So just be realistic about it,
I'm gonna be
okay?
real.
And
They
this
didn't. The
this is
people really
this is
didn't
my
go
thing.
for it. Doc. The people didn't go for it.
Getting back to Kanye, my thing is like I said, a little bit too late. And like Free said, he messed up when he did that White Lives Matter thing, thinking he was gonna be, prerogative, and it's gonna be, he was gonna catch people out there with that, and it basically backfired on him. And
Yeah.
now he's gasping for air, trying to, you seen what Ice Cube did. He said, "Oh, Ice Cube inspired me." Ice Cube said, "Hey, don't bring that this way. Nobody's gonna Nobody's gonna touch him.
Nah.
His First of all, yes, he was right, but your approach was wrong, Kanye, and that's what I would tell him. I would tell him, yo, stop it with the stuff. You know what I mean? All that publicity stuff. You're making yourself look bad. You're making your kids look bad. You know what I mean? Just do you. You got the money and the means. Fuck is you
Yeah.
complaining for?
But at
Hey,
the end of the day, Giles, if me and you made a contract and I fulfilled my end of the
Oh
bargain
my
and
god.
you didn't fulfill your end of the bargain, yeah, I can complain. This
that's
is
a fact.
billions
Oh,
of dollars we talking
Yeah.
about.
That's a fact. Y'all was just talking about that the other day. Y'all want y'all's what was it? 40 y'all's reparations.
40.
Yeah.
y'all still talking about reparations. You some shit you ain't never gonna
No.
get. Don't really know.
Yeah.
You just ain't, and y'all still talking about it. It's
You
just like
notice, notice. I'm very glad you brought that up. Notice Kanye West ain't said damn thing about reparations either. These are all white talking points. Just
Yeah.
think about, just put white. Let's put Kanye West as Trump. He's saying the same thing Trump would say. That Trump they didn't have the balls to say. Okay, now if you notice, Trump is coming out on the Jews a little here and there. He's throwing little shots and everything.
Let me
My
say
thing is this: if that was the case, he would have stood ground on it. You know what I mean? All these years with Kim, now all of a sudden she was dating this Jewish guy, and now you got this big dissent
nah,
for Jewish people
Josh,
primarily.
Josh,
That
you
shit it
worrying
ain't
about
right.
you talking about the wrong thing. You got to get in position before you be able to talk about the Jews like that. You listen.
I
You
don't know a
cannot.
position you could be in, freeze.
What position
Well,
made him? What's the new
what I'm
position?
saying, what I'm saying, he don't reach billionaire
Huh.
reach he don't reach billionaire status, right?
A while
Now,
ago.
he would have never got that far had he said something earlier.
He
That
said
That's
like I
something
true.
right there, y'all.
like I look, think about it. When you speak out against Jews like this, your life is in danger.
Yeah.
Facts.
And you're
Yeah.
blackballed.
Name
Yeah.
what artist that's alive today that's popping or period made it or got through their prime and opened up their mouths about Jews and stayed at that status.
The Jizza from Wu Tang. He made a whole record about it. Remember?
Just ain't
Mm-hmm.
But Wu
popping
Tang
like
ain't
that.
one of those rap groups that the whole world know about.
Nah, the whole
How
world know
dare
about
you?
Wu Tang.
I'm just
What are
keeping
you
it a
talking
buck.
about? Yes,
Nah, the
they do.
whole
They just
world
did a
know about
world
Wu
tour. What are
Tang.
you talking about?
I'm just
The
keeping it a
whole
buck.
world
where,
know about Wu
where,
Tang.
where? Yeah,
But
where's Wu Tang not known?
nah,
I'm
Wu
pretty sure
Tang.
they ain't known in a lot of places.
Yeah, they know
Nah.
worldwide.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
anyway,
that was one of the
you,
biggest hip hop groups of all
Public Enemy.
time.
You forgot Public Enemy. Professor Grip was
Oh,
taken out because he
and
was calling the Jews. Hold
exactly.
on, phrase. He
He
was
was taken
calling the
out.
Jews. He was calling the Jews bloodsuckers. Okay, and that's one of the times Chuck D dropped the ball. But that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
This stuff has been talked about for years. This is
But
nothing new.
Giles, we know it ain't nothing new, but it keep happening. Somebody, listen, we never had nobody at this status neither. We never had a, like you say, he the richest black man in America, right? And we
And
had
Kanye,
more, and we have more black billionaires, right? So
you
now it could be a different ball game. However, he did drop the ball on that White Lives Matter. I don't know what point he was trying to prove on that one for real, but well, I heard what he said. He said he's seen a lot of white folks wearing Black Lives Matter shirts, so he was flipping it because he was saying I forgot his whole story about it. You have to go back and
But
watch
that
it.
makes sense to me. If that's what
Hmm.
his cry is, you wore it to flip it because these weirdos, it looks to me now, it looks weird when
Right.
white people wear that. So if you
Uh-huh.
did it
it's
because
a
you
backhand.
flipping
It's a backhand smack, and only we would take that. You would never see that. That's like wearing a swastika because some people wore swastikas. You know what I mean? You couldn't go to Germany doing that. And the reason why it's a thing called the level of respect. Just like regardless of who started Black Lives Matter, whether it was a scam and all of that, it's actual movement. Just like Black Panthers. Black Panthers at one point was infiltrated
Do
to the
you,
point where it wasn't what it originally
I
started. But for
you know,
somebody to start something and say we're White Panthers, that's a backhanded smack in the
but
face.
but you do know the leader, the guy that financed Black Lives Matter is a Jew, George
No, but
Soros.
that don't matter. Okay, if you in Australia and you say Black Lives Matter, that's a black movement. If you're in Hong Kong, it doesn't matter who started. What matters is what it is, the movement. Just like Black Panthers. At one point, Black
Yeah,
Panthers was the government. It was infiltrated. But still it
right.
was a
But
movement.
listen. The slogan and what it means is the real movement. But the movement by the whole system was totally different. If you go to the Black Lives Matter
Okay,
website,
freeze. You ever heard the term all money ain't good money?
yeah,
Okay. Let somebody
why
else make that money. You got enough money, Kanye. Don't you think? Come on now.
Yeah.
The fucking that's the
But I think it
problem with
goes
us.
deeper. I think
We
it
as
goes
black
deeper.
people, we accept any bullshit, man. We accept drugs in the hood. We accept like this is it's crazy. You talk to
Hey,
an
look,
Asian person, they can't
I
do that shit in their community. They
eh,
could do that in our community. You talk to the
eh,
Italians,
I
they
tell you
can't do
what,
that shit in their community. They could do that in our community. You know why? Because we accept that bullshit. That's
but I
I
our
think
tell
it
you
goes.
what,
problem.
you ain't gonna see too many. I ain't gonna say you ain't gonna see too many black folks walking around with no White Lives Matter shirt. Am
Who?
I right or wrong? You might see a few.
You wrong.
I said you ain't gonna see too many. You ain't gonna go to not one neighborhood where mostly everybody wearing White Lives Matter shirts. I guarantee it.
How
You
many
might
people
see.
you seen? How many people you seen that watch that Dama shit? They feel compassion for Dama. The
Okay.
same way I've heard black people say the same bullshit about that White Lives Matter T-shirt. Well, white people's lives matter too. They don't see the backhand smack. This is how
I
hoodwinked
see
we
it.
have done.
No, I see it. Don't get it twisted. I see it. Like when I
Shit,
first seen the when I
that's gonna
first
be
seen the White Lives Matter shirt, I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? That
yeah.
was my
See, I
first
never
thought.
seen a White Lives Matter shirt. What bothered me was the Blue Lives Matter shirt.
That
Oh
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
yeah.
That
All of that.
too.
All exactly. All of that is a back. That's
That
like
messed my whole understanding of
shadow,
white folks.
shadow, shadow. That's like you throwing a birthday party, right? And I come to your birthday party talking about what about my birthday party? You understand what I'm saying? That it's a backhand smack, and people don't even see it. Like, man, shit. My thing,
MFC,
like I said, my
MFC, how you feel about it?
Look, like I said, I feel to me the whole white matter shirt thing, that was definitely a fiasco, and it didn't go the way he thought it would go, and he's definitely getting backlash about that, because but the bad part about it, the whole Black Lives movement is supposed to be regarding Black Lives Matter, and look, who I think it's the co-founder is taking the money and done stuff that has nothing to do with blacks.
Hmm.
Okay, there should be
Hmm.
charges put about. It just looks bad. It looks bad that it's like you have all these people that donate and stuff to movements and stuff,
Yep.
and it doesn't matter that it's not being done for the right reasons.
Right.
So this whole, yeah, it's true. It's definitely a slap in your face. This whole thing.
Hmm. I agree. I agree 100%. Like I agree with the movement. I mean, I agree with the the meaning, and I agree. I love the shirts, but when it comes to the actual organization, yeah, they dropped the ball. And
Yeah,
when you find out who the real backer of the movement is, you're like, damn, it ain't even a black man. Shit.
Right.
That's another part that fuck you up. Excuse my language,
yeah.
but yeah, but that's part that mess you up. Is an actual Jew that was back in that movement. So everywhere you turn your head, when it come to backing backing things up, that's where it is. Look at the state of the world right now. Matter of fact, look how much money America gives the Jews, Israel alone, every single year. Why do we need to give them all this money every year? That's part of our policy, our foreign policy. You know, wars right now is being created behind that.
It's some
So,
kind of deal though. It's a deal though, Freeze. I can't remember. And it
yeah,
dates
I'm
way
sure.
back. It's a
I'm
deal
sure.
though that we have to look out for Israel. That's how come when
Right.
y'all's home.
Because we the one in 1948 they created that deal and they took a part of Palestine and created Israel. That's what they did. That was the policy, and we had to look out for them. So why they couldn't do the same thing for us?
Well, you already know why.
I mean, they cut out. They cut out. I mean, that same thing the Nation of Islam talk about all the time, giving us our own land and financing us so we can finance ourselves. Same thing,
Yeah.
but they did it for them.
Yeah.
Let's be real. And then
Yeah.
I got one last thing since we talked about Obama, right? When the election was first coming around, Obama last year, the world was at the same state as it is now in terms of the war. We was just inches away from going to a real war with
Yeah.
Russia. And
Yeah.
now Biden in and we back at it and this is getting real every day.
Yeah.
So now
Kanye or
shit.
somebody jump up and tell us what we finna do about the economy collapsing in our community.
Oh, well, first of all, we can't even get back to the computer. Just say the community now because I don't know if y'all know this, but y'all know the petrodollar, which is the U.S. dollar, was backed by oil. That's what made our currency so strong. Well, Saudi Arabia just made a deal with China and Russia. They are. I just watched a video today of one of the princes or whatever he is over in Saudi Arabia. He said nobody threatens Saudi Arabia. Nobody messes with us. And what he's doing, that petrodollar will no longer be the petrodollar. So this dollar is about to have a hard time without that oil. I'm say that. So when we talking about the community dollar, now we really gotta look at the dollar period now.
Yeah.
Y'all go look that up.
That's why, nigga, you gotta. It ain't gonna mean nothing, but while you got it, you better stack it.
Right, right. I agree. I say not I say by what you need to do is get your resources right. Get your
get,
everything right.
get your food for your canteen right.
All Josh, you gotta understand what's going on in the world.
I just got a house. I don't even feel like I ain't proud of
You
it.
know?
I ain't
You
even
ain't proud?
proud.
Well,
Why
Nah.
Why?
not?
Congratulations.
you're right.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
big.
good thing.
Hey, having
Why
property
aren't you
is
proud of it,
definitely
bro,
big.
God?
All this shit going on is like, I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Everything that's going on in the world is like an accomplishment, a personal
Hmm.
accomplishment. It's a personal accomplishment. I feel
Hmm.
complete like that. But as far as in the way the state of the world,
Ah, shit.
I'm just not enthused. You know, I don't know.
I,
Maybe it's just me.
Hmm.
I know what you're saying, but that property is a big deal.
What? Yes,
That's for
Lord.
sure. Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Because that's
Up in
something.
Rochester?
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Hey, it ain't no places to park.
Yeah, man. So getting back to Kanye, man. So what do you
Yeah.
think his outcome's gonna be? I think he should just go full fledged and start his own things, whether it be online. He could
Well, he
go, he could go into
well
everything, man.
he said he was gonna do that, but he still want his contract fulfilled on their end.
Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you, Doc. Um, Earlier you said something, and this ain't verbatim, but you said something like all money ain't good money. That's fact. And then you said he got money or he got enough money. That's kind of his driving point, though. Like, don't be treating me like I'm some broke ass peon because I got just as
Okay.
much bread as some of y'all weirdos. And y'all, I think his driving also could be y'all gonna treat me like I got bread. Y'all not gonna just shut
Yeah,
the door in my face.
Yeah, but
that
you
that
don't one second you don't diss Harriet Tubman, you don't diss our leaders, and
right.
then on the
I
other
agree with
hand,
that.
when it don't go good with your white baby mama, okay, because trust me, I got 4 white baby mamas. I can smell okay when you got an Uncle Tom, okay, and that motherfucker been doing that. I'm talking about Kanye West, whoever you want. Okay, he's been doing that. He's been every
What you
time
mean,
things don't
Uncle
go his way,
Tom? Ho,
he
ho, ho,
disses
ho,
the
ho, Doc. Who's Uncle Tom here?
Uncle Tom is
Kanye. Who's Uncle Tom? A person that will diss our black leaders, like somebody that will
No,
sit
y'all
up
got
there.
that. Wait. I
his name
don't. Let me help
Sambo.
y'all understand something.
Uncle Tom was a good dude. Uncle Tom was
I'm
good.
saying it. It's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you must be talking about Sambo.
Yeah, Sambo.
Sambo on the ground.
Sambo.
Okay,
You know what I'm
okay, all
talking
right.
about.
Because see, the Europeans is gonna tell us. The Europeans is the
Coon,
one that pointed
Coon.
us.
No,
That's the Europeans that made us think that Uncle Tom was this bad guy. But no, no, it was Sambo. That
Yeah.
ain't
okay,
that,
but
that-
you
yeah.
understand what I'm saying. The coon,
Okay,
okay? You're
Right,
saying a couple of things. You got to remember the clock is right 2 times in the day. All right, just because he
right,
says a couple of things that might be enlightening, okay. But like I said,
right.
these are old things, and if you paid
Hey,
attention, you would have been known these things, you
let me
know, and
let me
especially
let
in the entertainment industry. You know,
let me
it's not like this is something new. And like Free said, yeah, he has a big platform, but with that big platform, why don't you really be helping us out? Because last time I looked, you know what I mean, he was doing the gospel thing, so shit ain't turned right
right,
with
right,
him.
right,
Now
right.
all of a sudden, it seems like he forgot all about that.
Right.
It's just
so
like I
he don't
said,
have church
I,
no more.
I,
No,
it's
well,
not the same
I,
enthusiasm.
yeah, it's not the same enthusiasm. He still got it and he still do it, but it's not pushed like it was. I dig that.
Like I
You know,
said, you know,
Kanye is a
And then
complex
how
individual
y'all
for
know
sure.
this might not just be um a sucker move just to draw more attention to him.
I,
no, it
no.
is definitely
I'm gonna
was.
tell you something. Kanye is always on that trying to get attention. Always. He's into the wow factor. That's his brand of
He's a
marketing.
method marketer, okay?
Yeah.
He does good with marketing. He's trying to run for president in 2024. I really
Right.
really doubt he'll have a good
Dr.
run
Jones,
at it.
please tell me you lying. Please tell me you just running
Who?
your mouth. Tell me you
Nah,
being
he is.
facetious.
Who?
Nah,
Why
he
do you
is.
think he's wearing that hat that says 24? Okay, if you
Uh,
watch the Drink Champs interview, they asked him
yeah.
would he consider being vice president. You just got to look at his look. Like I
Yeah.
said, it's a
You're
way
right.
you could tell his handlers. Just think about it. If you had the right people behind you, he's not. If he does have handlers, he's not listening to them
But
because
Jive,
any PR. Oh, right.
he talked about them handlers.
Oh
He
my God,
talked about that. He
bro.
he don't need them. He don't like
Bro, you
having
keep saying,
handlers.
okay, then that's his fault. He should have fucking listened to them. He wouldn't be in the predicament he's in now. You got to remember, it's a thing called, you know what I mean, going kamikaze, and he's basically doing a suicide mission.
Yeah.
He ain't got where's his backup, man? At least Farrakhan got some backup. Kanye
Yeah.
West ain't got no backup. All the
Hey,
backup he asking for,
like
keep
no,
away
like I
from me.
told you the other day. Like I told you the other day, the FOI, the Nation of Islam, seem to be backing them up. I done seen
That's
Nori.
because the money. That's for the money, bro.
Look,
But
one thing,
but
one thing,
full
one
full.
thing.
Okay. Have you seen Farrakhan with him?
Huh?
Have you seen Farrakhan with him?
I seen them speak on them.
Oh,
Yeah,
what did
exactly.
Farrakhan say? What did Farrakhan say?
I don't think Farrakhan fucking with that nigga.
Farrakhan ain't
Yeah,
coming near
look,
that nigga. Yeah,
look,
Man,
he ain't
I'm
coming
with you
near that
on
nigga.
God.
He ain't coming near that
look.
nigga.
I'm gonna have to send y'all. You seen the Wesley Muhammad interview, didn't you?
Now I know what you're talking about. The interviews and
Hold
all
on,
of
hold
that
on, hold
stuff.
on,
My
That's
thing is
about
hold
serious.
Listen,
who's standing next to Ye right now?
listen. Like I said, the only people I see right now standing with them, I see the Nation of Islam, uh, their interviews. Nori Muhammad spoke about it. Dang on, Wesley Muhammad spoke about it. Farrakhan.
I think
Listen.
I
All I'm
think
gonna have
that's
to
the
do is
Jew
send it to you.
factor. I think
Huh?
that's the Jew factor because
Yeah, that is
Farrakhan.
that is what it is.
I think that's the only reason why. But any other reason other than that,
So wait a minute. Are you saying, bro God, are you saying because of the Jew thing, they're supporting that thought process, but then just off top, they're not rocking with that guy, right?
it's like it's basically like he telling the truth on that. Yeah, okay. Now we can
Mm-hmm.
agree with him on that. That's basically what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Oh,
uh,
okay. Yeah. Okay. I get you now.
all on that other
Because
shit. They like,
at
man, that motherfucker, he
at the
nuts.
end of the
He's a
day,
motherfucker.
you gotta have big balls to talk about the Jews because you know they could shut you down at any minute.
No,
They
okay,
could get
but this is
look. If Kanye West wind up dead, right?
um,
Let's be real. If something happened to that man, you know what it is because he opened his mouth about them people. That's
Yeah,
a
but
fact.
because I think if you heard what he said, in the beginning when he came out, he was like, my people bullied me, my black people. But first he cut us off right there. He said we bullying him. So he know we not riding with dumb shit. He that free thinking shit. He know we not riding with that because he's talking about our, just like you said, he's talking about our leaders. He just throwing shit in the wind. You know what I mean? They know that he's speaking for
How? Okay, let me ask you real quick. How do you guys think that George Floyd died?
Oh shit.
Murdered.
That was
Murdered.
that was
Murder, right? Anybody on here think George Floyd wasn't murdered?
Ain't no doubt about it.
Hold on. Does
Did
anybody here
you
think he wasn't
say?
murdered? Because
Did you
somebody
say
might
he
think he died of
wasn't?
no, that he was not murdered by a knee on his neck. Does
Yeah.
anybody here think he died of fentanyl poison, which is what Kanye was alluding to?
No.
Oh, are you serious? He said that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on. And that's just a little bit. Come on, Harriet Tubman, one of our leaders.
Yes.
And this is you would never. I don't care. Even the Latin. There's a movie called American Made. It was some Latino movie about the Chicanos. They wound up murdering just because they did a homo scene. And these are Mexicans we talking about. So here it is, our black people, we allow people to talk about our leaders like it's nothing. And we forget that. Oh, he got enough money. Oh, he got Yeezy coming out. He's such a genius. Are you crazy? And we accept bullshit like that. Then on top of it, okay, he's a swinger like me. Okay, what they call a swirler. All right, you got kids with a white woman, so that right there you on the fence, and then you got the audacity. Like I said, he called the vice president. He don't like black people. We was like, yeah, we champion. At least I did. Okay, yeah, that's my brother. And then on top of it, you're gonna come out. Can I shake your hand, Trump? You got to look at all of these things.
Yeah.
This ain't a dude I'm gonna follow behind. Fuck out of here. He's
Yeah.
so impulsive. Shit.
He's not consistent on nothing.
No, yeah. Come on, man.
But don't he got
And that
psych
makes
issues?
that makes us
Yes.
look weak. You know what I'm saying? That makes us as black people look. Just think about it. I'm a white person talking. Yeah, this the only motherfucker they can get the lead. Or this is by him putting that White Lives Matter shirt. How I'm gonna show you it's a backhand smack. Okay, this is a black person doing it. So I would rather an Asian person or like she says a European. Just go ahead, you do that. You take that money. All money ain't good money. And I'm gonna bring it back to the drug game, to the crack game. When they started putting that heroin and all that stuff in our hoods, we should have threw that shit back. Threw that shit back in their face.
And
Fuck
you
out
know,
of here.
and you know,
Like I said, you gotta, in order to correct things, you gotta look at the mistakes. Okay, and these are the mistakes we made. We always let people because they got money. Yeah, Kanye got money. Yeah, but look what the fuck he's doing. Fuck out of here.
And you know another thing I hate what the devils do, man. I hate how they turn around and always look at Chicago, we got issues, but let's not forget that gangs started to protect themselves from white people. That's why gangs started. And on top of that, gangs started in the 60s. White supremacy, lynching started 400 years ago.
Well, I would like to beg to differ, sir, because I would like to believe that gangs started prior to the 60s. Now, I think what I'm hearing you say is our forerunner gangs, disciples and vice lords to the world blow up. No, I'm just playing. No, I ain't though. But
Crips, Bloods, all of
I think, but really though, there was gangs prior to that because you've always had the Italian gangs.
No. I'm talking about
black gangs.
I'm talking about black gangs. I'm not. I know.
Okay,
yeah, that's true.
So so you are referencing melanated gangs of African descent. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Don't pay me no attention. Like Dr.
You
Jaws.
talking about hold on? You talking about recently? Hold on. There were black gangs back in the 40s though. There's undocumented. Oh yeah, you had
I'm not.
Remember during slavery we had gangs, man. Shit, there's stories that they don't even tell because it'll make them look bad. Oh yeah.
I'm not saying. What I'm getting at is
no, but I know
they're trying to portray us to be the most violentest people in the world when they are the most violentest people in the world. That's all I was saying. Basically,
I'm gonna tell you right now, just a fact, how we not the most violent for sure. Like right now, look at the state of the world right now. Who talking about nuclear war?
Yeah.
Who's talking about that? It's them folks, not us. You don't
Yep.
see no
Well,
African
you know,
nation
they, I
talk
mean,
about that.
but you got to consider your source. Who hones in on the violence of melanated people of African descent?
No, but
Predominantly
that's
Europeans. You
Yeah,
but that's
understand what
what
I'm
Yeah.
that's
saying? I
what
mean,
Kanye.
Europeans are always, it's just like this. If I go in the courtroom and if I sell a $20 rock, but Johnny from Scottsdale or the weirdo lady downstairs from me, if she goes in the courtroom and sell a $20 rock, they're gonna offer her drug diversion. They're gonna offer her some type
Hmm.
of treatment program. They're
Hmm.
gonna offer her some type of rehabilitation. The only thing that they have for me is the chain gang, is the
Oh yeah.
penitentiary. You know, if you have there was a shooting at a school here in the valley, and okay, so there was a shooting, but it was an isolated situation. I'm getting at you. I'm not getting at the whole school because I'm some European kid who, I don't know what these little European kids be thinking, but
yeah,
they're never going to hone in on that. But then when it comes down to, oh, there was a shooting at North High, or no, it wasn't, it was Central, and they had to evacuate the school. They made it seem like them having to evacuate the school was so major. The shooting never touched a human being. The little boy shot up in the air. But then you look at these little European kids, they going gunning up whole
yeah.
15, 16, 17 kids.
Preach,
Yeah.
All of
preach,
your mass shootings
preach.
have been
Yeah.
done, with the exception of one, which was in Texas,
What are you?
and that was debunked. They never could really prove his body. They never could, like that. Oh, wait a minute, I'll take that back. And remember the Muslim
Yeah,
guy
but
and his stepson.
yeah,
Y'all know what I'm talking about? Remember, they was driving
Yes,
around shooting and they got in the car. Okay, other than that, you got them two shootings. One was debunked, can't even prove that it really happened. And then all the other 50, 60 of them are a bunch of Europeans.
yeah,
Yep.
But yet we're
no,
the
but
worst
yeah, but
people there is.
what about
When you look,
in Chicago? What about in Detroit, New York? Okay, all of these killings. You know what I mean? You got
but
okay,
it's
so
all
you do
around. This
have
what?
this is
mass killings.
violence.
You
It's
got
go- it's
mass
vi-
killings.
This is
But
how the
You
media
got mass
propagates it
killings.
to us. There's
yeah,
of course they're gonna show out one more than the other, but it's all over.
but
You know,
check it.
even in the
Let me
sub,
tell you
you got
something.
to remember there's stuff that happens in the suburbs. It just doesn't make the papers.
Let me
Trust
Exactly.
me.
let,
This is what I was
Trust
about to
me.
say. This is what
Okay.
I was. Yo, this is what I was
Yeah.
about to say. It's 40 something million black ADOS descendant that like something black people that came. No, it's like 13% of original black people that came from America left. It's like 65% white people, European white people that are in America. If you
Okay.
notice, if you go to Wisconsin, if you go to Seattle, Washington, if you go to certain parts of Texas, and the trailer parks, all these trailer parks
yes,
that they
I'm
got,
about to
they
say
do
that.
not broadcast no. You mean to tell me at all these fucked up trailer park, there's no crime going on in them?
It's more crime. Shit.
Let,
Right, right, right. Exactly. That's what I
right.
said. The media only portrays it's 13%. If you go to a small pocket in the hoods compared to the trailer parks that are in America, it's overwhelmingly white collar crime and plus that shit they be doing out there on that meth and all that
Right.
crazy
Listen.
shit.
Right. That's true. Listen. We had this conversation the other day. Like me being a truck driver, I got a chance when I was going over the road. I got a chance to see a lot of shit.
Right,
And the shit that they don't show on the news is the white ghettos, the
right,
trailer parks, the
right.
places, the little small towns that's full of meth addicts and all that shit. Listen,
Yes.
I told Quiz the other day. I said, and I'm pretty sure I probably told y'all before too. I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico, a few years ago, right? And I had to stay a couple nights there. I was there when I was there. I was like, damn, this is like a zombie apocalypse over here. And the reason why, because everybody was on drugs. I was like hardcore shit. And I'm saying,
Crazy.
for instance,
Keep going, cuz.
That nigga Wi-Fi is jet.
he froze. He probably in a dead spot because he's driving.
he
But
making
you know what?
he
That's just
making a
like it is
sale.
here in Phoenix. Phoenix has, I think, one of the highest chemical dependency rates there is in America with 3Ks in the middle. And
Shit.
In the middle of
when you
no.
look at these people, you're going to find that most of them are European.
Yeah.
They're European. I don't care what corner you hit. They're European. You might see one or two Hispanic people. You might see one or two melanated people of African descent. But I guarantee you, I'll see 50 to
Yeah.
75 people a day that
Yeah, but
are scraggly on dope,
that's what
and
Kanye West was talking about, though.
they're
That's what he's
European.
talking. That's part of what he's talking about. Even during the crack era, okay? During the crack era, you had a lot of white people that got strung out, but it wasn't publicized like that.
Right.
Right? When you see the news, it was something different. That's partly of what he's talking about. But that's been known for years. If you listen to Public Enemy closely, they was talking about that. Wu-Tang was talking.
Well,
But
but
also,
Dr. Josh,
hold on. Let me land. It goes back to how white supremacy, along with the Jews, which is what he's talking about, they colluded together that, okay, we're going to change the narrative of things. And that came from the Rodney King riots. That came from a lot of the things that happened that we as people should have took and learned from it. We didn't, because we was made the bad guy.
Yeah. Yep.
and
That's
see
true.
that, but that just made me laugh a little, because if you remember the real first commercial that that they were like hell bent on with crack, it was the Europeans making it seem like that
Oh,
because when it came out that they were using it, the commercial went exactly like this. It was a skillet, a European man hand on the handle of that cast iron skillet, and it said, "This is your brain. The skillet's your brain." Then they put the egg in there frying. "This is your brain on drugs."
Right.
Then they turned right around and said, "You go to work so that you could buy drugs, so that you could go back to work." Oh, but they were only showing European people because they wanted the narrative that Europeans use drugs, but they're still functionable.
Yeah.
Whereas in my community, they use drugs and they're robbing, stealing, and killing, and they're not doing nothing productive. They're not. But Europeans supposedly, take it with you, use drugs, but they're functionable. It's just here, baby. It's just a poisoning of the mind. And until we as a people come to the point to start calling them out on this stuff, not necessarily picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, I seen that commercial you put out there." No, but when we start pointing it out to ourselves and stop falling in the booby trap of, "I want to be like them." That one, I had a conversation today about melanated people of African descent using meth. What I'm not understanding is we don't want to follow the Europeans on a road of our financial aspect, but we'll follow them down a drain of something to kill our brain. I don't get that. Meth is not a melanated person of African descent drug. It's becoming.
what
But
is
that's
though? What is though?
crack, weed, and tooling.
Crack?
What?
Are you
Crack?
serious?
Yeah.
More?
Crack.
Do you know more? There's more white people that use crack.
Yeah.
If you look at the
It
statistics,
Yeah.
is. It definitely
heroin.
is.
Oh,
But it definitely
okay.
is. But that's our choice of drug. Our choice of drug is not the drug that got us standing on the
No, our
corner
choice of, if you
like a
talking about our choice of
statue.
drug, it would be marijuana. I could go with that.
Marijuana's not a drug.
It's okay. Up until recently, shit.
Marijuana's never
It's not
been
a
a
drug.
drug.
It's not a drug. It's not a drug. But I
Okay,
got a felony for
wait. I take that
it.
back. Dr. Josh, I take that back. You're correct. You are absolutely, I totally agree with you. Marijuana is a drug
Shit.
here recently because now it's chemically induced again by a European government, and the chemicals that they're putting in it is far more addicting
Oh.
than just regular marijuana.
Okay. Well, you could do time for it. Is what I mean. It's a class where Rollo is locked up federally right now because of marijuana.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fucked up.
Possession at that.
That's fucked
Okay.
up.
Right now, today, okay, you get caught with a couple of pounds too many, okay, you're going right to the slammer.
You
You're
know,
growing illegally, you're going right to the slammer.
you know what they so
Like,
But you do know right now, currently, Joe Biden is trying to abolish that right now.
Yeah. That's what's up.
He's
But in
As he
funding
should.
Arizona,
As
people
he
right
we can
now
should though.
grow.
for that.
We
But
can grow marijuana in our home in Arizona. I think it's up to 6 plants per adult in your household.
Yeah. I don't know what.
Joe Biden need to abolish motherfucking cops shooting people in the damn head and let black people in the head. Shit, leaving them leaking on the street. I
Why
hope
would
he
they
do
do
that.
that though? Why would they do that? Why would he do that?
He not
But I'm
Because
saying,
that's
why would he?
right.
the
That's what I'm
upholding thing
saying.
to do.
That's just the I'm just saying that all the
We
things they
wouldn't be,
say.
but we wouldn't be America with 3 Ks in the middle if we came down hard on European officers that want to blow up a melanated man's head off just because he's melanated.
Yeah.
We wouldn't
What
be America.
You
Well,
know,
you
so
notice that's been happening recently, though. Officers been getting charged through slowly.
They
It
need,
is it's an uphill thing, but you're right. It should be happening more and more.
but
But
yeah.
what's so funny when I was out there banging, man. It's crazy how close to death are almost all the times I've been with them. That's just and that's every brother's story in America. That's just like
but
if
hey,
you
Quiz,
huh?
don't you think like if somebody shoot my brother, I shoot them, right? Or I shoot them and their brother. Don't you think that would have stopped? Meaning them cops killing people,
Oh yeah,
black people.
yeah,
That would have stopped real quick. In Colombia, right? During Pablo Escobar time, they was giving people $1,000 to shoot a cop. Remember them times?
yeah.
Okay,
You
it's
you
looked
and
at real
that's what they
differently.
need to
you
do
So
want
over
you
I
here.
believe,
When you
and
have
it's
a
not this
peace
when it's cycle.
officer, when you
We're
got
not
a
trying to
police
promote violence.
officer that conducts themselves in a non-reputable manner, you ain't even got to kill a person. But if you're around here grabbing people, snatching them up, slamming them on the ground, spitting on them, doing all this chaotic stuff, I think they need to die.
yeah.
Because it's a matter of time before one of them pull the trigger. I think they mama need to die. I don't care which one of their
Yeah.
relatives you get. You could get their
No,
kids, you could get their wife, their husband. It don't matter to me.
yeah,
Until
but
you start laying these hoes down, these hoes gonna keep on pimping.
You
What's
know
yeah,
up?
we you
and,
know we used to
and
do here is when them motherfuckers used to do shit like that because we with the gangs in here when it used to be late night if they do some shit like that we're getting waiting to cut and unload on their ass
no,
and
yeah.
And
that's
that's what
work.
needs to be done every
Yeah, but you ain't hit, you
goddamn
ain't, you ain't
time.
hit, you ain't hitting them, you scaring them.
What?
But I'm saying, what I'm saying,
Huh?
if it was an
You got
eye for an eye,
to
meaning
look at the
they kill
story.
one of ours, we kill one of theirs, or two of theirs, this shit would have definitely wouldn't be the same as it is now. In
But
you
Hey,
know,
I'm just
Dr. Johns, did you see that you're no, he was melanated of Ethiopian descent, I think. Did
yeah,
you
that's
see
Ali. Ali. Osman
did you
Ali.
see he was throwing rocks at the
throwing rocks
police
at the police. Exactly. They could have
and
Allegedly.
these
shot. They could have
bastards
shot.
laid him
They
out?
they could have shot
They
him in the legs.
stretched
But you
that
gotta.
brother.
But you have to
Listen,
know what you're dealing with, though, Shadow.
I talked to Ali a couple
You
times
don't
before,
think so?
a few times,
That guy
right?
was throwing rocks at the police. You know what you're dealing with. And I'm not talking about be fearful, but you know what you're dealing with. And just like if
Look,
I
people,
don't
I
know.
think,
You need to elaborate. You
look.
need to elaborate on that.
no, what's more to elaborate? You throwing rocks at the damn cops. That doesn't
Listen,
mean they supposed to kill you, but it's the same thing as
Correct.
you're running out of store with stolen goods and they'll kill you.
listen.
They should.
If
There's nothing that could replace a body, but you got to remember they're defensive. Well, this guy had my life endangered. He's throwing
man,
freaking rocks.
come
You could
on,
have took it.
dog.
Hold on. You could have took his legs out. This is my view. You know what I mean? Like okay, that's what we
Don't
go to target practice for. We didn't have to take him out. They just took that guy out. But
right.
on the other hand, you got to look at it. It wasn't like he was just standing there and cops just rolled up.
yo, you
Okay.
want to hear some crazy
Listen,
shit
You understand?
when
You
my
got you got to
yo
handle things
But when you
differently.
hold
talk
on.
about white supremacy, that's the type of stuff I think about. Every time you mention white
No.
supremacy, that's the kind of stuff I think about.
Let me tell you
And
something.
until
My
you see
uncle,
these Europeans down,
my mother's brother
thinking that
walked
they're
into a
so
hospital with my
privileged,
father's gun in the air. He didn't shoot nothing or nothing. But probably if that was a black guy, he would have been blown away. Why? Because you got a damn gun up in the hospital. He wasn't shot or nothing. You got to remember, if Emmett Garner was white, you really think the cops would have choked him out like that?
not at all. Not
Mm,
all.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So this is,
But then
but
it
this is,
still
but this is
stands.
and that's because of what? That's because of white supremacy, correct?
Listen, listen,
It
Hold
is
on,
listen.
hold
white
on.
supremacy. Yes,
Let's
sir.
I,
let's unpack that. Let's
listen,
unpack that. So
listen.
so here it is. My life versus a bullshit contract, or if you give me some fashion, or which one has more weight? Life,
yo,
life. That's what I said. What anything you guys could bring up right now, I will go back to white supremacy. Come on, I did.
yo.
Anything you bring up.
You know what? I'm
I mean,
corroborating that
that's
with it.
definitely white
Yo, listen,
supremacy.
I'm gonna tell you
No, so
what.
so it goes back to Kanye. Why he ain't talking about it? He just did a
Hold on,
3 hour
hold
thing with drink champs.
on, hold on. Let Quinn say what he was gonna say.
Yeah,
Yo,
let me say.
my brother was murdered in 2007. They
I'm sorry to hear that.
Rest in peace.
yeah, thank you, appreciate that. He got murdered in 2007, right?
Mm,
The time he got murdered, I mean, really, the my family aura is, 2 foot eye for eye, 2 foot two. So when he got murdered, I was at a point where I lost my mind. I was gone, right? So I
mm-hmm,
got out. I'm talking about causing havoc in Rochester. It's documented, causing havoc, shooting. I'm trying to kill everything that's moving that has something to do with my brother being murdered. And
mm-hmm,
the one time I went to these girls' houses that he got shot in front of, and I wanted some answers from the girl. I wasn't gonna do nothing to them, but I wanted some answers because the girl, he was messing with the girl. So the girl was like, I don't know what happened. So I left, and my brother's wife came over to the house, and she came over with the police, and I'm like, what the fuck she coming over the police for? And she was like, yo, you got to stop tripping like this, and because they trying to solve the investigation. Let me tell you how dirty these motherfuckers is. They didn't give a fuck if I was out there killing 1,000 black people, man. The police didn't do shit. The only thing they did was send me to a crazy house. I
yeah,
swear to God. And I said like this. I put work in. And I say it till I die. Motherfucker killed my brother. And until now, if I find out anybody had anything to do with that shit, I'm at it. But
yes.
I'm just to say that the police were more, didn't give a fuck. They ain't even bother me. They ain't even care. They didn't even
Mm-hmm,
care that I was out there going against my people. That was a personal thing, but they wouldn't have cared if I killed 30 people. They would have been like,
mm-hmm,
go ahead. They wouldn't even put me in
And it's
one
like
position.
that. It's like that all over America. It's
Right.
like that all over
And
America.
that's fucked
It's
up.
like that all over
And,
America
Now
with
quiz,
and
three
that
Ks in
quiz,
the middle.
that quiz. Let me ask you about that. Was that a Jewish thing or was that a white supremacy thing? Which would you say that leans more
that
Don't
towards?
was
even
why.
answer him. Don't even answer Dr. Jones.
But
Don't even answer him.
No, no, Shadow. And
Don't
the
even
only reason I keep harping on that because that was it. Like if Kanye West was right here, that's what I would be telling him. Like,
Hey,
bro, don't
hey,
you
that's
know
cool
that
to
that
do,
that
man.
holds more that holds that same type of weight. But like Reed
Josh,
said, maybe he would tell me, "Hey, I'm gonna get on that next week."
Josh, you gotta get more in tune with the Jews, man. They on top of
uh,
all of this shit. That's what you don't understand. The justice
No, but
system.
you know how I looked at that point freeze? This is how I look at it. Yes, it is messed up with the movies, how they do us and they jerk us on these deals. But my thing is, we know if you that's like me complaining about a girl fucking around on me and I already caught her out there, but I took her back and she's still fucking around on me. I
Josh,
got somebody to blame by who? Myself, correct? Right,
Josh,
Quiz?
That's a fact,
Josh.
fact, fact.
Hey,
Come on now.
I tell you what. I tell you what, Josh. If you had your bread right, and you caught a serious case, I guarantee you're gonna be trying to get a Jewish lawyer.
Who?
You,
Who?
you or
Now
anybody
Cypher,
else
MNC,
with
MNC
that
can
money.
tell you. I always had a black lawyer. MNC will
No,
tell you.
I
Fuck
said
at it. I put my money. I know what you're talking about. Nah, nah, nah. You know why? You know why? Because you just said it. I got enough money. I'll have that goddamn Supreme team like OJ had. I'll spread that damn money out. You got to remember what. And this is something I had caught myself. Right. I worked for some Jewish people. Right. There was a Jewish barber that worked with me. Right. Now he got locked up in Israel not too long ago. So as soon as he came out, let's say I think it was like $60. I just gave him whatever was in my pocket, right? Couple of months later, he gets a shop. So he is this piece that I wanted. Make a long story short, it costs $100. So I'm thinking he gonna just give it to me for like $50, $60. I just gave you a punk ass, and I did that because that's a black tradition. You know how motherfuckers come out of jail or something. What you do? You throw them a little bit of money, right?
Yeah,
That's
you
to
hit
me,
their
that's good.
hand. You hit their
That's good
hand.
luck, right? But he sold me this damn piece. It's a barber piece. You know, you can charge your phone up and it's a Mac, right? Costs $100. Make a long story short, he sold that shit to me for $100 fucking. I said, ain't this a bitch? But
Wow.
I gotta remember who I'm dealing with. Now, if I was Jewish, he probably would have been like, you know what, you just looked out for me recently, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? I can't, didn't ask he didn't ask me. I just did it on some, you know. And we didn't get along. Me and this barber, we didn't get along. I know he didn't like me. You got me like my parents raised me. You don't sweat nobody. You the fucking party. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I don't need you. Like the whole thing, like going to the park. You don't want to play with me. I'm not gonna sit there and pout. Especially when I got it, nigga. I got the bikes. I got the motherfucking balls. You feel
Yeah.
me? Fuck is Kanye was complaining about? Yeah, okay, the deal didn't go good. Start my own fucking company. I'm gonna be bigger than your shit, Adidas. That's showing power.
What
That's
kind of
You feel
company?
me?
What was he trying to do with Adidas?
that's what he's
He,
doing.
you know
That's
what he's doing, Shadow? He's worrying about these motherfuckers trying to be Ralph Lauren, trying to be, you know what I mean? They don't let him hang with him. That's what he's kind of mad at. Not to mention, like I said, that Jewish guy dicking his wife down made him feel like a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
that,
and then just up and left her.
now
But you ready
I
to
don't,
go back at her.
John. You got to understand. Yeezy has his own brand, which is the Yeezy, right? And they copied his style for the Yeezy
Okay.
brand. Now
Hmm.
they have a contract. They supposed to fulfill their end of the bargain, which is
Okay.
opening up a warehouse
You
for the
just said the
products
perfect.
to be made in
Freeze,
Atlanta.
I think you missing the point or something. Like you don't fell
Yeah.
off this boat because one thing for certain,
Go
two
ahead.
things for sure. That's like
What am I
saying
missing?
because that's just like saying when you get arrested for a crime,
Yo,
it's supposed to be
they done
you're
censored me now.
innocent
I
until
can't get
proven
nothing going.
guilty. But the
I gotta
reality
do it quick.
is it depends on the color of your
The
skin.
Jews done
If the
censored me
color of
now.
your skin is as like yours or mine, you are guilty until proven innocent. It's the same
Exactly.
thing with Kanye. Kanye, you okay? They had a contract, but don't forget you still a nigga. You
Right.
still a nigga to them. The
I
contract is
agree.
null and void. You're not even human. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Yeah,
Yeah.
now the right thing as
Business
a human
is
being, we got a contract. I should fulfill this contract.
Right.
But I think y'all putting the horse, the carriage before the horse. I don't care how much bread you got.
Hmm.
You still got to pop to their beat. And
And
at the
know
end
who
of the
you
day,
know
if
who you
I don't
dealing with.
want to, because I'm a European, I don't have to. And they're showing all of us this. For people
Yep.
like you who obviously either didn't know or simply forgot, they ain't got to uphold no contract with no
Mm.
melanated man of African descent. The masses are
Well,
bigger.
no, but this is
You
the
could,
thing.
and
Why is it?
if that's the
He
case,
should he
hold on.
shouldn't
If
worry
that's the
about
case,
that though.
they shouldn't have been able to come at Michael the way they did. They came at Michael, destroyed this boy damn near,
Which Michael?
and it
Mike
Jackson, and it all
Because
started.
you could be talking about Tyson. You could be. It's a whole bunch of Michaels that got.
Mike Tyson can't never level up to Michael Jackson, cause like real talk. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, I'm bye. All I'm saying is, don't never forget who you are. I don't care who you sitting at the table with.
Yeah.
Don't think because you sitting at my table that you part of my family. You an outsider at my house, at my table. I might share my food, my drink. I might even share a joke or two. But at the end of the day, when it come down to family,
Yeah.
bye, it's time for you to go. They're
So,
gonna always be that way.
Get that nigga wake up call.
in other words, we made a mistake by letting them come in a culture from the get go,
Bingo.
You made a mistake. What?
letting them be involved in our culture from the get go.
No, I'm not gonna say that because if you don't let them be involved, you might not get to the level that you are. You got to remember this. Europeans are only going to let you get to a
Hold on,
certain level if it benefits them. You're
hold
not
on.
going to jump out here and become a billionaire if it don't benefit a European. I don't care if you only operate with your people. Whether your taxes is higher in the city, the county, or the state, at the end of the day, it gotta benefit a European. Period. There's some things that just not gonna ever change. And that's where you go back to the house nigga and the field nigga. This
Well, you
boy
might
think
be a little.
he a nigga all the way around to them.
Hmm.
But because he a house nigga, he think he's supposed to have more privilege. Be not deceived. Europeans is Europeans no matter which way you put them. You could put them in a dress, a hat, a box, or whatever. They still Europeans. And a lot of Europeans, you know, they want to say, well, that's what my ancestors or my forefathers was. Oh, that's in your bloodline. That's how come our kids, my grandkids, you understand what I'm saying? My grandkids, they are privileged to have their great grandmother still in their life. And she ain't old, the heifer younger than me. Check this out. Well, she ain't no heifer, but you feel me? But what I'm saying is, there's some fight in my grandkids automatically. Why? Because it's just naturally in their system. It's part of their chemical makeup. It just is. And everybody need to understand. Don't think, like I said, because you riding in my car, sitting at my table, eating my food, you might even drink off of my cup that I'm drinking out of. But at the end of the day, nigga, you still a nigga.
Yeah.
And you will always be a nigga. I don't care how many best friends the European got that are melanated of African descent. I don't care how much dick they lay in an ass. I don't care how much dick a bitch suck. You still a nigga. That's where you
I'm a
get
classic nigga.
You think your money done took you out of the classification of what you really are to them. You could bleach your skin, you could get tattooed up, but when you uncover it, you still a nigga, cuz.
Oh yeah,
that's true.
And you don't be doing this, Kanye.
Are you kidding
Man,
me?
he made himself look bad with that one.
But MFC, she co-signed it. The boy, dude, he was classified with psychosis. So,
Yes.
I
Who,
mean,
Kanye?
Yeah.
Oh, don't blame that. Come on now,
Yes.
it's easy to do that. You don't think so? Come on.
No,
Now.
he does have it. He does have
After his
mental
mother
issues.
died. After his mother
Yeah.
died. After his
Yeah.
mother died, he started losing it a little bit.
Yeah.
and that's so understandable.
Look at my brother. Look at my brother. I just explained the story about my brother, bro. I was absolutely crazy, bro. I was gone.
Yeah.
And
For how long? How long? A
probably
year?
Still
2
today,
years?
because if
It
the
still affects
opportunity
you.
came,
Yep.
if the opportunity came,
Oh yeah.
he would be back on the whirlwind.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Because you said that. Yep.
Uh-huh.
So
And
I'm gonna
that's
tell
a
y'all
real
like
trauma.
this. Let me tell y'all something. Like, yeah, they did say that about Kanye with the whole psychosis stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you one thing. If you don't want, if you don't, well, Kanye fucked up. We gonna keep that real. He done made some moves that questionable. However,
Eric.
I'll say this: they can easily throw that on somebody, just like they threw the child molestation thing on Michael Jackson, right?
Oh yeah.
Once they want to take you down, they're gonna throw something on you that's gonna
Yeah.
make you look really bad. Unfortunately, our brother Kanye done made a couple bad moves. However, look at this. We was mad at Kanye about the Trump thing, right? We was really mad about him about the Trump thing. I was one of them people. However, look at where we at now with Biden. They made us mad at Kanye. We was mad about Kanye and Trump, but now we got Biden in, who's way worse. It was both white supremacists at the end of the day, but they made it look like Biden was that guy. He was down with us. Remember Biden saying, "You not black. If you don't vote for me, you ain't black."
oh
Yep.
yeah.
Now
Yeah,
see what I got mad at Kanye with Trump was, why wasn't he pushing Trump to do things for black people? That's why I was mad.
we talk. Then we
Because
talk
Okay.
about
you're
the.
not gonna
Then we
keep your
talk about the
statue.
platinum
You're
plan.
not gonna keep
Who?
your statue. That goes back to what I told you earlier, Doc.
What do you mean?
These people cannot press and push a
When he was there right
European.
there, when he was right there? He could have asked Trump instead of talking about all that jibber jabber. Let me give you a hug. You like my daddy? He could have asked Trump right there. What are you gonna do for black
Josh,
people?
Josh,
Why
he
would he
talk.
ask that though?
Josh, one
Why?
thing.
We don't
Why?
need things
Josh, you
the
tripping?
same way that
You,
you don't think we need things. You don't think just like they put an Asian crime bill. They come on. You know that was
Josh,
Hold on.
Yeah,
that's
that's
the thing.
crazy.
That, one of
black
the
Come on
people
things.
now.
getting
Come on,
slaughtered
let's
in
keep
the
it a buck.
street.
What,
Why would
one,
he ask him? That's the first thing.
Josh,
The same way I would have told him right then and there. The situation with Ice Cube. Hey, matter of fact,
hey,
we got a plan together. But if you want to
hey,
talk about Trump, Trump had a thing called the Platinum Plan, primarily
right,
for black people. So
right,
let's talk
right. That's
about
a
that.
fact.
So
But check this out. He also was pushing to get Larry Hoover released, which Larry
no,
Hoover
that
has a. Hold on. Larry Hoover still has a lot of power, and he could put he's a thinker, so he could bring some shit together in our community. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, but
That's what I'm saying. We
the
don't
thing,
know.
because the thing with Larry Hoover is, man, man, regardless of how much we say the motherfuckers do shit for us, they don't like us. Regardless, they don't
Right.
like us. I don't care if they let
who's they? Who's they? Who's they?
The
the devil,
Europeans.
the European devil,
I agree with that.
they do not like us, man.
I
Regardless of,
The ones
I
in
know,
power. The
I
ones in power. Let's
I
be
I,
specific.
yeah,
I
Go
yeah,
agree
ahead.
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But
I mean, you know what I'm talking about.
I agree with that. But you know what?
But they don't.
I agree with you. But you know what? The thing about Larry Hoover, right? This the thing. They know he'll have a lot of influence. They don't like niggas with influence.
That's why they ain't
They,
let him out.
exactly. But at least he gave an effort and tried to
Yeah, but
and make a rally.
he could have
But
Hey,
pardoned
you
him
know what?
instead of Kodak Black.
I,
what
but
what
see,
what I would have
that's
did
the
was
thing.
behind
Hold on,
this. Yeah.
Josh. Hold on, Josh. But that's the thing. Kodak Black, Black, Kodak Black had.
Uh,
Yeah, his shit jacking. How you doing, Sylvia? How do you feel about Kanye West, Sylvia? Your thing is off.
Sylvia,
Your
cuz
thing is off.
Your mic is off.
Your mic. Yeah. You having some mic issues? Yeah. We don't hear you. something's over. Yeah, something's over with your mic. Yeah, get your mic right. Get your mic right.
She
One, two,
probably
one,
gonna come
two.
back in. But
Yeah,
see, this is
yeah.
the thing though. Okay, so I'm okay with you pushing the agenda to get Larry Hoover out. What man am I ever? But at the end of the day,
And before,
tell me something what you could do in my community
right,
for my schools.
Yep.
what
right.
What can
Housing.
you
what
do for my
tangibles could you do
schools?
for us? What tangibles could you do for us, Trump? That's all.
I
That's
We're
agree.
gonna
all.
do.
I would have been happy with that.
Can you
I
all hear
agree.
me? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
we
Yeah.
got
Oh,
you.
Good.
okay.
Uh,
What
uh,
I was going to
Uh,
say is people have a
yeah.
tendency to be dismissive once you're classified as psychotic, but it's
Mhm.
really psychosis is episodes. Okay. Everybody becomes psychotic at some point or another in their life. And if you're a psychotic for a duration of time, then you're experiencing a psychosis. So you can go in and out of psychosis. So someone with
Hmm.
the title or the brand of being psychotic, it doesn't mean that you should never listen to anything they say. And he pops in and out. So he's hit and miss. And he does have psychotic episodes. True. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Well,
diagnosed me with post-traumatic stress trauma.
Okay.
okay.
I never even heard of it. I'm like, what? I said, I think that's where all the slaves, uh, all the slavery people came. They should have post-traumatic stress trauma.
Well, I had three
Yeah.
big psychiatrists that used to buy hard narcotics off of me.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, don't everything. Yeah, they don't. They're
I was
human
like,
just like us. Trust me.
I was
True.
like, what the
I don't
fuck?
know. I say, me personally, I think Kanye, I think anybody that is in position to have a voice, but they're scared to lose their money. And maybe I'm saying this because I'm broke. But I would like to think, me knowing me, I would think even in a position of my financial capacity being great like theirs, I think I still would stand up for my people, irregardless of them stripping me. Uh,
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, I don't see nobody really pushing the agenda for my people that's in a position to push for my people. I don't. I
Hmm.
just
And,
don't. Like,
and you know
I
what?
don't.
How easy it is. It's so easy to do it because it's a lot of underground people that are like, for instance, when I started after my brother got murdered, I started doing comedy. So I had a talent for comedy and some music. So I started getting a name for myself. And I said, after I didn't want to do the agenda of being gay and all that stuff, I said I got to figure out a way to create income for myself. So
Hmm.
I created my own movies. I created my own skit DVD series, and I sold it. And I said, you know what? I gotta see if I can take some of my fellas with me. So I went in the hood. I started bringing a few of my homeboys, the younger ones, to New York and helping them learn stuff other than just being an entertainer. You could be a cameraman, you could be a producer, you could be a writer. So I actually took like five or six people off the streets that's in the industry right now, and with that, I used that to start my foundation, Kicks for Kids. And when I started Cakes for Kids, I said, I used to didn't have shoes when I was little because I came up in the project. So, my mom was poor. She was going through a hard time. So
Hmm.
we used to have to get the sneakers from the mission and all that type of stuff. And I said, I can't. I knew how that felt. So I created my foundation, gave out over 7,000 pair of shoes. Went to the mayor, to the art, the whole city of Rochester. Them people ain't helped me do one thing, and they thought I was gonna stop. Shit. Now we're over 14,000 pair of shoes to kids in need. I ain't need them motherfuckers. I was like, okay,
Yep.
go
But
ahead.
that's the
That's
thing.
how you
When you
do it.
look at most people that do pour into povertized, shut them doors for me, to povertized communities, most of the time it be people like you, people that come up in the church. You know what I'm saying? It be stuff like that. It's not a whole lot of wealthy people that's
Hmm.
going to jumpstart in your community. Now, I'll tell you, wealthy Europeans will go to their son's Boy Scout,
Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yep.
saying,
Yep.
contribute hella money to a community of where your child probably gonna get raped and molested.
Yeah.
You got there was a golf tournament. I don't know if you've seen it, Doc. There was some type of golf thing out here in the valley last week, and it was a melanated man of African descent, but I think he was mixed. Whatever the case, though,
Okay.
he put his son in the same league, and then after they got through this little kid league of golfing, he turned around and gave so much money to that little golf tournament thing that's already full of money.
Mm.
They
Wow.
act like they, but and they're out here in the valley, and they act like you don't go 3 miles away from your house, and it's a bunch of little kids like mine who need books for
Yeah.
Hmm.
school.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but can you blame them? You got to remember that just and this is a thing I've noticed working with Jews for shit over 10 years now. They mess with their own people. They keep, just like you say, they keep that dollar in. And my thing is, what I do is I look at people's mistakes and I learn from it. So my thing is, as black people, and if you notice, even before this Kanye fiasco, me and Free's been talking about the pipeline. Because I see in this life, when I leave, to make it better for my kids and then some, you got to have that pipeline going the same way they do.
Yep.
Okay, I had a marijuana dispensary situation here in Phoenix in Kosher Corner, which is a Jewish business, and I seen how they do. They, if you're a Jewish family from New York and say you move down here and you ain't got all the money, it was a supermarket. It was called Kosher Corner, right? You could go up in there and they would give you a IOU. I don't know any goddamn other race that I
Mhm.
seen, Puerto Rican, black, not
Mhm.
even one Anglo whites, that you could do some ish like that. MFC was talking about back in the days. I think they had that, in stores in New York, but
Drugstores.
Yeah,
that's
the
that's
grocery
the
stores. Yep.
yeah, that's the extent of it. I'm talking about shit. This is what, about 8 years ago. So, but what I'm trying to say is, you just look at how they do. If you really really study the Jews, and this is not giving them no accolades or nothing like that. They got theirs out of pain from what they went through. Okay, we didn't get it. Okay, from slavery because we were so messed up. even to this day, you see business wise, you don't see a lot of black companies going together. Just like, common sense will be Puffy, Big Dad, all of these big companies get together and just do your own thing. But what will happen? You'll be shut the hell down. Just like me opening a soul food spot in Chinatown. They won't let me rock, but they can open. An Asian person can come to the hood and sell all the black hair they want. We don't
Yeah.
say nothing. We don't
Yeah.
tax them, which is wrong. Which is wrong. I don't give a hell. If you opening up spot up in the hood, your ass should get taxed. Why? Because you do the same thing to me.
Yeah.
And then some. But we allow it. Come on in. We'll spend all our money with you. Hell no. And that's
Our
that's
fault.
what I
That's
would be
our
doing.
fault.
Let me get some money. My immediate thing, what we're doing on Winning Cipher, let everybody know. Okay, and I'm going down shit December. I got a show December 3rd up in Cali. What I'm doing is I'm getting gang members from all these coasts. Okay, and we're gonna start pulling cards. How are we gonna pull cards? Okay, instead of this mumbo jumbo killing each other up and all that, we got a thing called gloves up, guns down, so that can get all the guys that want to get their situations out and basically let's start businesses.
Yeah.
Okay, it's no reason. Think about it. You got let's just use one gang, right? The Southsiders, right? Let's say it's 40 members. You start paying some fucking real dues, and from them dues, now you got a business. So now you got something. You feel me? And
Yeah.
it puts a different mind state. You know what I'm saying? Instead of sitting around complaining, so it's no reason in hell. Just like, and now you're taking in Chicago. Same thing in New York. But just like I said, you bring something in our neighborhood, you getting taxed. So it ain't no more that Chinese restaurant up in here selling them fucking cats. You gonna get taxed. I digress.
You know what though?
Doesn't it make no? But it makes sense, right? Because you can't
Yeah.
talk crap, and that's what I would tell Kanye West if he was sitting here right now. Nigga, shut the hell up! You got all that fucking money worrying about this one and that one. You got a name already. Shut up, smack your dumb. And that's what I would tell him.
No,
Like, bro, you
and
up here trying to be down when you supposed to be down. We the ish. And this is what I'm going to tell my little gang members that like a Big U, if Big U is right in front of me right now, that's what I would tell them. We're going to separate the gaps. We're going to do like black people really supposed to do, and the ones that don't want to do it, see it from the sidelines. Detroit's one of the blackest cities in America. Ain't no fucking reason why we not running it on the economy tip, right?
Yeah.
Like
that's right.
it makes no fucking sense. Go
But
ahead, Sylvia.
I'll be back on
oh,
in a
go
minute,
ahead,
y'all.
Sylvia.
Yeah, thank you. It ties into something that you said earlier about the police department and what you felt about them. A lot of times with my city in particular, we mismanage things. I believe
Hmm.
another thing that would stop police brutality that also ties into what you're talking about, how to uplift the community, is to go back to the law of you can't police the city that you don't live in. People
Yeah.
are less apt
Exactly.
to bring harm to people when they got to go to sleep next to them. So I
Yeah.
Right.
believe the city of Detroit, in particular, from my experience, mismanaged positions in the
Hmm.
city. You know what I mean? So yeah, and a lot of times people, as they say, not all your skin folks are your kin folks. There are all kinds of people who look like me who don't support my politics.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I'm for the politics of what builds me and what builds my house first, and then extensionally from there. And people need to understand that just because they look like you, the politics that they're working in some way or another is definitely working for them. It's not necessarily the fear of falling from the top, but they're working with the politics that works for them.
Yeah.
Sad to say, but
And
it's only one
I,
pie.
another another thing though, y'all, I'm a firm believer that a lot of time it's hard for us as a whole to come together because of the crawdad effect. And even though we not might not have been in that era, there's a lot of things that are just subconsciously passed down to us and we subconsciously operate in it.
yep.
There's a lot of people that you could door knock and say, "Hey, let's come together as a movement," and they'll be like, "Yup, yup, yup," woo, 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 and then they'll get on the phone and call Frizz and be like, "Man, that little nigga thinks she this that, and man,
Yeah.
I'll rock with her for a minute." But the whole demeanor of them is of a crawdad effect. So it has to come to a point where we have to be able to overflow with love and compassion to show them. You know what? It's like this, Doc. This morning I was at the service station on 43rd Ave in Bethany,
Mm,
and I was there for quite a while because I had a issue. They overcharged my card. Um, as I waited there for more than 45 minutes, when I did leave because I had an appointment, I was coming out and there was a gentleman. Is that you, Doc?
no.
Okay. That's my wife's ringtone, and she in the other room. Like what? But I
No,
came
sure,
out.
no.
There was a brother that was he he was at the gas pump, and I was illegally parked at the store. You know, right up on the store sidewalk, basically. And
Mm,
when he got out of his car, I said, "Hey, man, don't swipe your card." I said, "Because they hit me for $150 plus the $40 that I spent to
mm,
fill up, and it's been 3 days. They haven't put it back, and the bank is saying it's a." He opened up his palm of his hand, y'all. He had nothing but change in his hand, and I seen some brown
mm,
boys in his hand. He said, "Yeah, I'm glad to know that when I do get some money," he said, "I'm going in here with this little bit of money before I put gas in my car to get to work." Now, mind you, I ran out the house to take the kids to school, and I had on jeans and a shirt, but it was a little cool. I had on my bathrobe over it. I knew I grabbed $5, AirPods, and my smoker. And as soon as he said, I said, "Oh, bro, hold up." Now, mind you, I ain't got no gas in my car, super broke. Um, Probably finna get evicted Monday, all kind of stuff. But I didn't, none of that came to me. I just immediately was like, "Oh, hold up, bro. You finna go to work here. I got $5 in my pocket." I grabbed my robe. I gave him the $5. He was like, "You the only black person I've ever known in Phoenix to just help somebody." Like, I just asked another black person for $1, try to explain to them I'm trying to get to work, and they was like, "Fuck you."
Wow.
I'm like, I ain't the
yeah,
only one. You just been running into the wrong people. But
Yep.
yeah.
it's really like that in the world where some of us have been so okay. Y'all know who uh Umar Johnson is?
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people poured and sold into him and they got burnt. This is the same type of effect. So now anything that people do, people just be like, "Yeah, all right, I hear you, I see you, I feel you," but they ain't gonna rock with you because we think everything is a scheme, it's schematically done. We don't
Right.
think, you know what I'm saying? If I called y'all right now and said, "Hey y'all, every week we gonna throw $5 in and until we build up a pot and we gonna figure out what we gonna invest it in."
Uh
I mean, it probably will work with Doc, with MFC and Freeze, but this young lady and this young man with this weak ass hat on, Lakers, uh
Oh
you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, man, what? They gonna call Jaws and be like, "Hey Jaws, what the fuck she talking about? The
no, but
money
we
ain't even
not
got
raised like
no
that.
in it."
Yeah.
We
Huh?
not raised like that.
no.
I noticed we're
I,
not
I mean,
raised
I'm
like.
just saying the
No,
act.
exactly what you said. I told my family this about 2 years ago. I said, listen, let's put, I think it was like $35 a month. Everybody looked at me like I got a head fuck. And this is right before Corona, matter of fact. So it was a few years ago. But anyway, let's imagine we did that. And I added it up. It was a couple. And the reason why I said that, okay, Shadow, was that way you have a little nest egg. And this is another thing I seen. This with the Jewish. Do you know in the Jewish household, you give your parents the money. This is one of their secrets I'm giving away. You heard it on Winning Cipher. You give, like, say, for example, you got 4 kids, right, Shadow? When your kids work until they leave the house, they have to give you their full check. That's a known thing, whether it's a daughter or your son. And it works out. You know why? Because by the time they get their damn apartment or something, they nice and set. Yeah. Until
But
they
you know,
leave the house. And they don't play that shit.
Yeah,
That's
you can.
one of the
Hey, our kids come home in our community. They come home and give us their money. Shit, we spending that shit. We too busy trying to put lights and shit in their name.
no, but that's what I'm saying.
They
No.
go get their first apartment. They call the light company and be like, "Hey, I just moved to Whoop Wop Women the third." They be like, "But you got lights you owe us from 2 years ago." And I wasn't nothing but 16.
No, but I couldn't see it when I first heard it. I couldn't see it. There's just certain things that we look, because you look at, oh, that takes away my independency, and that's what I was trying to explain to my Jewish friend. He was damn near 30, but he wasn't married. He lived at home. So here it is. He gave his father all of this money. Now you're right. Sometimes you might have a dad or a mother that gambles. They want to hit the casino up, thinking they're gonna flip that money and mess it up. But I'm just saying this is one of the things why they keep winning. You feel me? So anyway, this is one thing, like I said, on Winning Cipher that we definitely gonna do. We gonna pull people together. There's gonna be it's gonna be an uphill battle. Why? Because like we've been talking about today, we're not set up for this. We don't learn these things at home. I didn't learn shit about, you know what I mean, having a good ass motherfucking credit score, before I got out the house. But these are things that people, normal people that got money, they teaching their kids these things. So like I
Right.
said, we definitely
Hey,
gonna
look,
get these
I'm
businesses going.
gonna tell you one thing we need to stop doing for sure. Stop. As soon as your kid turn 18, kick them out.
Hey, fix your
What
mic,
else? Yeah,
please.
yeah. What the hell you
Uh,
say you in the tub and shit? What the hell you
yeah,
said?
yeah. That's why I wasn't talking for a minute because my headset died on me, so I got it
All
over here
right.
charging right now. So I know y'all probably hear the background noise from my truck because I'm still at work. But
Yeah.
what I was saying, we got to learn, depending on your child, learn how to stop throwing them out soon as they turn 18 because most cases they are not ready for life.
I ain't
Right.
trying to hear that
And
shit, nigga. My son 18. He
Let
out
me
the
tell you
house.
something. And you know what? I agree with Freeze on one condition. You're an
What's that?
18-year-old child who is doing something because what you're not gonna
right,
do is be
right.
18 years old in my house and not in school and or not working a job. You not gonna be sitting here playing
I agree.
video fucking games on my light bill all got doggone night. And then when I get up to go to work, you just now going to bed. No,
Hey Josh,
ma'am. No,
hey
sir.
Josh, we gotta get a sound effect over here when somebody hit a power bomb. We gotta
Yeah, yeah,
have a sound effect
yeah,
on this
yeah,
one.
yeah,
Hi-ya.
yeah.
Hey, look,
I'm
but yeah,
serious.
and then
Why y'all raised
And
your hand today like y'all in
Miss
school and
Sylvia,
shit? Y'all ain't in
here's the
school no
funny
more.
thing. Hold on, Miss Sylvia.
I'm trying to be
Hold on, Miss
nice.
Sylvia.
You
Check this
guys
out
know
though.
I do
I
have
used to
6
raise my
sons.
hand and they didn't never answer me. So
I know, right? No, but I have 6 sons. I have 9 children in total, and I believe in communal living as to where no, I don't send my sons out of the house at 18. However, they are working progressively to build not only themselves but us as a family. So I understand that not sending, of course you don't want somebody just laying up doing nothing, you know what I mean? Everybody do their part, everybody add something to it. So
hmm
yeah,
Well,
so my sons are with me.
you know
and
what's
that's
crazy?
and
My
and that.
mom,
Oh, go ahead, Quiz.
my mom. When I was young, I left at 14. I was gone at 14. I was in the streets at 14. But when I was in the streets, my mom, we had a bad relationship. But I had a relationship with my mother, whereas, and that's my mother. I never disrespect her. But when
Right.
I started hustling, that's how I got my money. My mother used to come to me and she said, "Yo, okay, you getting money?" She saw me getting money. She said, "Make sure you always put some money away." So every week I give my mother $200 when I hustle. Every week. I did that for years. And when my mother finally left my abusive stepfather, she was like, I'm about to change my life. She went and got a master's, a bachelor's. And the money I didn't even know, the money that I was giving her, she started her own business called Mindex Technology. It's a software, computer
Legend.
software. Yeah, huh?
So go ahead.
Yeah, she put Mindex Technology. It's a computer program, software design or something, whatever. But anyways, she started that and was one of the most successful businesses in Rochester. And you can look it up.
Legend.
But the thing I'm hitting at is she distilled something good in me. Save that money, and we're gonna use it for something useful. And
Yep.
no
And
matter,
that's what she's supposed to do.
yeah,
Yeah. She gave you
yeah.
some fucking jewels. You learned
So,
from that shit,
so
didn't you?
yeah, so when I started, I get it. When I started my comedy career after my brother got murdered, she was like, "What?" She came to me and was like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, what one thing you want to do?" I said, "I want to pursue my career in comedy and music." So she said, "Well, here." She gave me $10,000 and said, "Go to New York and stay with your sister and pursue your dream." And that was the
Uh-huh.
start of Quizman. That was the start of
Hey, Quiz, let me ask you a question. You was raised by your moms and your step pops, right?
yeah,
Kind of
yes.
like me. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. See, I was telling this dude, and this goes another thing with Kanye West getting back with him. A lot of people think that because there was this white dude, me and him, we kick it right. He come through my shop every once in a blue, and he was saying how he's dating this black girl, and he thought families were all messed up. You know, the Cosby Show was just a big facade. And I explained to him how it's not being on a high plateau, but the black family, whether it be a single parent or we the most, and I'm talking about the highest, because I you know what I mean, I was raised by a stepfather. He was a good stepfather, thank God. But even single parents, you can look at a single parent from a white person, a Latino or a black person. That motherly love is totally different. It is, like I said, all through the pain that people go through. So that's why, like I said, if you look at the facts of the matter of things, whether it be drugs and all that, the black household is totally, now it's getting a little, little toxic. But as far as mothers being there, you know what I mean? Because I'm talking about, I've had friends that their moms are strung out and everything, and they still bounce back on some Tupac, like how Tupac moms was. You know what I mean?
I was scared of my mother, man. I was scared of my mother, boy. I was petrified of my
You
mother and
scared of
my
your mother? That's what she's supposed to do.
my mother and my grandmother. Yo, my mother said, yo, one time I got into an argument with my kid's mother, and my mother told me this. She told me this when I was like 14 to 15. She said, if I ever see you any emotion or arguing at a woman,
hmm
I'm gonna knock your ass out. And she caught us arguing. She caught us arguing one time, man, and my mother just punched me right in the mouth, bro. She
Nah,
was
real
like,
talk, yeah.
"Yo, would you talk to me like that?" And that was it. And ever since then, the worst relationships I had, I ain't never argued. Women used to think I was weird because I never argued with them. I don't. I'm that mother fear was in my mind, bro. I'd be like, my mom, she gonna pop out and knock my ass out from somewhere.
Hey, all right, y'all. I'm officially back now. I got some juice in my headset,
Oh,
so I can talk again.
Uh,
Oh yeah. All
yeah, man.
right. Hold on. I got to say our little slogan from the last show. Let's get ready to rumble. Let's get it back on, y'all. Let's get it back on.
that's copywritten already, right? That dude
Hey,
owns it.
hey,
He
hey, hey,
trademarked. We got
hey.
to come with it.
Real artists borrow. Real artists borrow.
Yeah.
Don't tell that to Kanye West.
All in all,
No, so how you guys think? You think he killed his career, or
It's
yeah,
gonna be hard for him. I say that.
yeah, of
It's
what'd you
course.
gonna
say,
be hard.
ladies? What'd you say, ladies? Y'all think he killed his career?
Not at
I don't
all.
think about the career. I think the like business deals going forward and stuff, people will be leery. But because he's so established, he could just do his own thing. And I feel that's where he's gonna go down that road to do his own
Yeah,
thing.
Yep.
Like Tyler Perry did, like Prince did, you know,
Hmm.
do their own
I didn't
thing.
even think about that. Yeah, you're right, Prince. Yeah, Prince. Ah, shit, I forgot about that.
You
Yeah.
know, it's
Yeah, was it?
interesting when rich people go what we consider poor or out of sight. Their kind of poor is never the kind of poor that they were before they became rich. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Right. Exactly. That's a fact.
Break it down.
That's why I got my crib. I never say I got money. I don't got no money. I don't, even though I could pay my bills and saved up enough money to get a crib and offer comedy, which is surprising, but I don't got nothing. Long
Nigga,
as
I'm broke with money, motherfucker. It's all in your mind. That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
Shit. Trust that. Oh yeah. And everybody here, y'all never been in a situation you owe something like, God damn, how the hell am I? And you wind up paying it, then you look back at it like, man, how the hell did I do that?
yeah,
It's
a
Yes.
they
lot.
like they say,
Mhm.
okay, you know what I'm saying? Shit. It's a way. Yeah, and that's where the hustle come from. And that's why, like I said, at the end of the day, I just think, my whole thing, and I see how I move. I got to move a different way because of my kids and the way
Right.
technology is nowadays. You know what I mean? I'm quite sure all of y'all been through a situation where, what are my kids gonna think? I'm not gonna be here. They're gonna see this or whatever. So I think he's messing up in that factor. One thing you never, not saying don't disrespect your mother, but he's going a little crazy on. This is my thing. You don't say in one sentence of how that she's being used and she's having sex and she's doing crazy things, and then on another set, oh yeah, I want the family to be back together. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because
That's that
that don't make
psycho.
it don't. No, it don't. Yeah, it don't mean he know what the hell he's doing. It's basically like I said. Once again, he's showing his character. Like they say, your mo and his mo. From what I see, my analysis is his mo is very vindictive. You ladies ever had that vindictive boyfriend? You could just tell from the tone, and somebody else is looking at you like, "What? Why would you get so upset?" But you know how his tone is,
Dog
or how he tries
whistling.
to his
Right.
antics. Yeah, his antics are. That's why he'll. If you listen, he'll throw little shots here and there. Oh, but I would like to get back with her. And a friend of ours, he got back with his wife twice, and it's like, and you looking at him like, nigga, you just dissed the shit out. Just to prove the point, he
yeah,
let Game do a song with him. Now on this song, Game was talking about how he had him mouth shoved on his penis and all this. This is your kid's mom. You on a song with him? Like
yeah,
and then he got the stature where he could have been like, yo, homie, rewrite that, bro. You can't diss my baby. I got 4 kids with this woman. But this is the like I said, it's that's the song when he got on there talking about he wanted to kill Pete. He had the head looking stupid, looking like that that boyfriend that's all bum hurt. Like I said, at the end of it, he doesn't have the right
That's
people
true.
behind him. Because what I would have, the people would be telling me, listen, don't do that. Okay,
right.
you could do it a different way. Be tactical. You feel me? You can't be a leader and you can't be tactical. That's a first sign of your
Right.
destruction.
I,
Like,
I'm
come
They
on
gonna
now.
probably do
I'm gonna
tell him
tell
he's
you
a
this.
weirdo.
I,
Huh?
huh?
They probably do tell him, but it's kind of like Donald Trump. They told Donald Trump, his attorney, his
Hmm.
advisor, a couple of his
Yep.
relatives, they told him do not buy whatever that Trump Towers. They told him not to
Yeah.
buy that building. And he was like,
Hmm.
Listen,
screw y'all, I'm gonna do it anyway. And that's
exactly.
and Kanye, I don't really know him. Um, but that's the demeanor he strikes me as. I don't think he got a
Uh,
PR that he just,
uh,
he got one. I just can't
listen,
see
Well,
him. Yeah,
listen.
I
y'all
I
don't think
watch.
he
somebody
need to
Hold
listen?
on,
I
hold
would
on.
ask y'all.
Listen. I watched this interview with Pierce Morgan the other day, right? And this is where you right hitting it right on the head, Shadow, because he when he was talking to Pierce Morgan, he said, "How much money are you worth?" He was like, "Not as much as you." He was like, "Right, I'm a billionaire." He was like, "So it seemed like you should be listening to me versus you trying to give me advice." And that is the attitude he has. So you hit it right on the head. He probably do got a PR telling them that, but shit, he looking at, look, I'm paying you.
Which defeats the whole
That's what
purpose of having a PR. But
Yeah, but the
yeah.
average the
some
average
they
the average person with money thinks that. You know what I mean? You could talk to some people that ain't even got $1 million and they think, oh, I got more money than you. I have more
Right.
knowledge than you, which is bullshit. Because
You
but let
look
me
look
ask
at
y'all this though.
you could be in the hood, somebody making well 90 something thousand or whatever, and another person making 17 a year, and
yeah,
then they have the same attitude.
exactly. It's always gonna be somebody,
But 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 but
trying to
but
power
but,
step.
but let me ask y'all this. Do Kanye do melanated people of African descent really rock with him anyway? Like, do they
Nope,
listen to his music?
nope,
Are people
That
really running
Hell
around buying him?
yeah.
that
You
Do they?
nope,
crazy?
hey,
Okay, so I
listen,
don't.
listen,
nope,
listen.
You don't
You
think
make
so? You don't think so, Freeze?
no.
You
nope.
got a big
That's
ass
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. She's saying exactly what Slim Thug said. She said when you
What?
go to a Kanye West concert, you don't see a lot of black people. You see
Nope.
a lot of white
White
folks,
people.
a lot of Asian, Latinos, not black
Okay,
folks. Those are the ones putting money in
let
his
me tell
pocket.
you something.
But we
You
buy his
tell
shoes.
you tell me any hood Kanye West can't go in right now and shut it down.
He came here,
And
and
that's
I
the
was.
thing.
I
Hold on, hold
mean,
on, hold on, hold on.
shut
Hold
it
on, hold on,
down.
hold on, hold on, hold on. You know what though,
Fuck
Doc?
out of here.
What that is though, what that
I ain't
is,
really can say
that's
that.
that's people. Okay, that's with anybody. That's with anybody. If
No.
a bunch of melanated people know who John Cena is, you don't see a bunch of us walking around with a John Cena shirt.
Oh,
But if John Cena came in
oh,
our neighborhood, people are gonna run up.
oh, they go. Okay.
He came here.
You
He
put
came.
okay. So let's say who would you say got street cred? Because they be doing the same thing with Eminem, and what people don't understand is and these are what I would deem superstar people, like people that are like okay. Give me an artist. Give me a street artist. Okay. Say you got Chief Keef, right? You say Chief Keef is got hood pass, right? You would say, yeah.
I don't listen to none of
Say
that music, so I
say
don't know.
okay. So, but who would you say, Freeze? Give me an
Yeah.
artist.
Jadakiss.
NBA young boy.
Okay, Jadakiss. There you go. Good one.
Okay.
Jadakiss. He's the biggest one. Say Jadakiss. Now, well,
The
NBA
sign.
is a little bit near superstar stat. He's in the middle. But let's say Jadakiss, who's he got street cred all over. He's in Detroit, right? And Kanye West is in another part of Detroit. Who the hell's gonna have the bigger crowd?
Oh, of course Kanye, but it's gonna be more
Come
white people.
on, man.
It's gonna be more white
But
people.
no, I'm talking about you in
Hey,
Detroit, which is
hey,
predominantly black, correct?
Yeah,
but
but the
listen,
white people
Okay,
are in the
but
counties.
listen,
In the counties.
but listen.
come on.
Black folks mess with them Yeezys hard.
Yeah,
Exactly, man.
That's for sure.
we mess with the
Get the fuck out
shoes.
of here. And his music, man. LeBron James,
I
all of them
mean,
before he
I
got.
would
But
say they
this,
mess with the shoes probably because the first thing on the average melanated person of African descent list is I gotta look good. I don't
Yeah.
give a damn if I am homeless and I've been sleeping on somebody's couch, a bunch of different couches for the last 10 years. When I step outside, I look like $1,000,000. I look
so
like I make
Hey,
you
$48
like
an
those
hour.
shoes?
I look
listen.
like I
You
own
like those
3 billion.
shoes?
Thank you, Josh. Thank you.
Uh,
You like
uh,
those
uh,
shoes, Shadow?
huh?
Did you see those shoes he put out, Kanye West?
I want to think it's a pair of them in my house. I'm not real
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But
let's
that's
be
because
honest. Let's be honest. Yeezys is not the best looking shoe.
at all.
No.
However, his
This is
marketing, his
no, yeah.
marketing is impeccable.
The only reason because his first ones was successful. That's why they only really
Listen,
were the first
li-
ones.
listen. Yeezy done built it up so much he could rival Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a fact.
I don't think so.
That's why
I
And
I'm
it
don't think
explaining to
don't
you
even look
guys.
as good as Jordan's at all.
I wouldn't be sweating nobody. I'll be sitting back in the cut. And this is one thing I learned. Okay, and I learned just to show you guys how you can learn something from people's mistakes with Mace, right? Mace. Remember he's beefing with Puff Daddy, bringing up all the stuff that he should be talking about in the courtroom. Okay, that's like talking about an open case, right? The reason why I wouldn't be doing the bullshit if I was Mace, if Puffy owed me money, okay, I'll be taking care of it only in the courtroom, not publicly, because why would I want to let you know how I'm coming at you? You feel me? That's like me and you got beef, Shadow, and you gonna tell me,
But
oh yeah, I'm gonna come tomorrow, I'm gonna come through the side, I'm gonna have 3 people,
but
you know what I mean?
but
You
hold on,
telling me,
Josh.
you giving me
That
a preparation.
you
So what
going
he should,
you going totally against what y'all was saying earlier.
what's that?
When I said that Adidas need to fulfill their obligation on a contract with Ye, and y'all was talking about, well, they ain't gonna respect that because he's a nigga, right?
No, what I said
That's
with
what y'all
that
was
was
saying.
no, it's not reneging. What I'm saying was instead of talking publicly about it, yay, talk about it in the courtroom. Why would you tell Adidas what your game plan is? Do it in the courtroom. That's what lawyers are for. That's what I'm paying my lawyer for. Yes, I could vent, but by me venting, I'm teaching them how I'm going to defend in the courtroom, which is not smart court wise.
Hey,
You
listen,
understand?
I,
You
I
you don't give
I
him
I know
you
what
don't
you're
give him an
saying.
alley oop
I
on
know
you. Oh, that's all
right.
I'm saying.
I know what you're
I'm
saying,
being
but
done.
at the
I'm
end of the
being
day,
done wrong. I got to handle this in the court. I'm doing things on my own, going on in the future.
but Josh,
All of
you
that other
don't
stuff he's
you
doing,
you don't
and he
think
has no support. Now, had he
you
had support, then you can go at the Jews in the manner you are.
you
Like,
don't
say for
think
example,
he
I got
voiced his opinion in them tables that he sit at?
bro. He's
What you
showing
What?
up
think
with
about that?
he's showing up with porno movies and all that. Just doing things trying to be provocative. When what
Wait
he's
a minute.
doing
What
is,
did Freeze
So,
just say?
huh?
uh,
What did
I,
Freeze
what you
just
just
say?
what I said is, you don't think he talked to those folks about that already in the tables that he sit at? Of course, he talked to
and if
them
they didn't
about that.
listen. If they didn't listen,
Then he
take
got to
them to
go another
court.
route. Yeah,
No, and
exactly,
the other route is the courtroom. By doing it publicly, that's
exactly.
not going
But
to get things right. The courtroom, they will set things right, whether it be to void the contract or hey, give them a time limit where they got to take care of whatever they didn't take
but
care of.
let me
It's other
tell you
ways.
something.
That what I'm saying is, why is he paying his lawyers for?
Hey, let me tell you something. The top lawyers are Jewish. A lot of
Shut up,
the
Freeze.
Oh
judges
my god,
are
you keep
Jewish.
dog, you keep going back. You know what? You know why? You know why you're doing that? Because you
Why?
hear these rap records, you hear all of these MFC. Would you let them know? What's your opinion on that?
Okay, a lot of the famous lawyers are Jewish, but you do have a lot of powerful black lawyers, and it's not
Cochran.
just Jewish. Okay, you do have a lot of power, and when you're in the business, look. I know we're going off script for a second, but let's take Wesley Snipes. Okay,
Uh-huh.
Wesley Snipes, instead of him being the money that he's making, instead of him using a professional accountant, he used the guy that lived down the block,
Right,
Mm.
right. Yeah.
and it was done all wrong, and he not only had to do jail time, but he had to pay millions. Okay, so again, it's all about the lawyers. So when you get you do your lawyers, just like Dr. Josh said earlier, you get a team. And again, it doesn't have to be. I know that you have the sayings out there that, oh yeah, you're Jew. If you want to win your case, you got to have a Jewish attorney. But that's not all true, because there's lawyers of so many higher caliber that's not Jewish. But you got to do your
Boosie's a
research.
rapper. Boosie's a rapper. He had 6 bodies. He had a black lawyer beat it. Why? Because
Hmm.
that black lawyer went out for him. Didn't
Yeah,
sell him out. There's where I know one thing. I ain't gonna put my damn life, and this ain't being prejudiced or nothing like that,
yeah,
but I've seen it with my own eyes. Like I said, sometimes, and especially lawyers, and I've gotten sold out by a black lawyer. But this was somebody I had a gun case out of state. But the bottom line, when you dealing with that penal system, okay, them lawyers, and a lot of times when it's that opposite complexion, okay, they just there for that dollar. You ask people
yeah,
with them big murder cases, you know what I mean? You'll pay your little money. Don't pay your money and see how that lawyer treats you.
Mm.
You know.
yeah. But any lawyer worth
So
his money will advise you to keep your mouth shut.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
especially a
they
case
tell
like
you.
that. You talking about
Yeah,
they messed up on a contract? That's what I said. As far as with Mace, I wouldn't let you know while I'm. Yeah, of course,
yeah,
privately, yo, Puffy, you owe me this. You know you did me wrong. But as far as letting it out there, nah, it just
yeah,
wasn't good business. I would say it to that extent and let Puffy talk shit. Then I might allude to something, but I'll never let him know how I'm
yeah,
gonna come at your ass. I learned that real quick. To,
yeah,
to me, that's dry. In a sense, that's dry snitching. Why?
yeah.
Because like I said, this is a matter that's going to be dealt with in the courtroom. That's just
Exactly.
like you having an open case, right? You got an open case and you talking about it in the press, or your lawyer's talking to like Max B, who's in prison now for 75 years. Why? Because his lawyer was talking about his murder case online. So you're giving the DA, if you don't think they're watching this, just like the feds are watching stuff online now. You
Yeah,
see these guys doing records. You see Young Thug locked up. Why? Because they thinking people are stupid and they saying things on records, and they're about to have one of the biggest trials in hip hop, and it's gonna be displayed over your music. You said stuff in your music that really happened. So yeah, this is some real rap, real trap too, because you're gonna be doing life. So
Mm-mm-mm.
it's there. We just gotta
Oh man,
see it.
Kanye can kiss my
You
bottom.
know. No, no doubt, no doubt.
He ain't
Anybody
doing
know
nothing but
Kanye?
clear
Tell
my
him come
picture.
down and win the cipher. We will let him get on here. You can't be talking that craziness. We definitely gonna check your ass. Yeah. No, that's what I'm telling you. That's what Nori should have did instead. Now, how do you guys feel about Nori? Did you see that Nori stuff, Freeze?
Yeah,
Man, yeah, I seen that.
Sylvia?
I haven't
Listen,
seen it.
listen. You
No,
you
cannot.
should
he
have
was he
checked
was
him.
he was apologizing, boy.
What did he do?
You should have
Let
checked
me
him.
tell you.
He
Let me
was
tell
on Drink Champs. He let him on Drink Champs, and then they took the interview down. But it's all over online. If you haven't seen it, people, it's like 3 hours. People
I,
seen this and they put it back. But yeah, oh yeah, they took that down. Boy, them Jewish people got at him. Boy, don't make me hit you with that whip.
as you can see, I've been tied up with my youngest baby really hard this week.
Yeah,
So
shout out to the young baby. That's
you.
right. Keep Mama Dukes on
Congratulations.
point.
Listen. This gonna show this shows the power of the Jew.
Fix your
So
phone, freeze.
now look,
This nigga in the
watch
back.
this.
That
Now
nigga,
it's
look.
the
he in the
volume is
sucker
just so
hole.
low.
They pulling him in the sucker hole and
It's
shit.
Hey,
like he
Oh,
it's
hey,
like he
that's
don't
because
on his seat.
it's because that's because I'm going. That's because I'm going DEFCON 3 on them. That's all.
Okay,
yeah.
there you go.
They wanna mute me out.
You better
Look,
chill out for your boss. Your boss will see you tomorrow. What are you talking about? You know I'm Jewish.
she on my Facebook too.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. So she.
DEFCON 3.
But anyway, check this out. That makes what's his name Noriega look like damn Kunta. I mean, Toby. What's your name, boy?
Toby.
Kunta. What's your name, boy? Kunta. What's your name, boy?
No, no,
Toby.
I didn't
you
see
know
it.
what he
Oh,
Oh,
said?
my
The
Lord.
same,
name is
the
Toby.
same shit Ice Cube said. I don't know what that nigga talking about because he said on the interview, he said Ice Cube inspired me. So you know people were looking at Ice Cube like, Ice Cube said, nah, I don't know what this nigga
Hey,
talking about, master.
look,
I got a basketball league to do.
look.
He ain't gonna mess up my money.
Ice Cube used to go hard on the Jew. We
Hmm
Cube,
Yeah.
Come
especially
on, NWA, and but this goes. I'm glad we talking about this, people. That was I would tell Ice Cube to his face. That was your chance to stand up because
huh?
you are so right. He knows the deal, but see, and this is the thing. It goes back to racism. Just tell the truth about shit. Like, yo, this is how it is. Yes, it's messed up, but let's stop candy coating it because to me, that's what makes things bad. Just like you catch a dude or a female cheating on you, instead of them just coming clean and maybe we can move past it, maybe we can't, but at least, you know what I mean? Have that respect for me. Just keep it real. Like, yo, we playing you niggas. We giving you fucked up contracts. Yeah. You know what I mean? You niggas is too stupid to get together. You know what I mean? And that I will respect
By,
that more than you just
by what?
but you got to look at it. The reason nobody's standing, let's use Kanye West, because like I said, you don't know where he's going to be next week. Next week, he could be, oh, I was totally wrong. And,
Right.
so that's why I could see why a person wouldn't stand next to him. But getting to Ice Cube, he should have at least standed up. Why? Because you know the deal. You know the fuck was right and wrong. You know you had a shitty remember that Compton movie they just had? They alluded to that. Remember when he did the diss song when they talked about the Jew, his lawyer, the Jew lawyer? I mean manager,
Yeah.
you know, Harry Heller. They basically, like I said, Jerry Heller, yeah. You can say nigga, 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 but as soon as you say something about a Jew, but that's happened, I told y'all, with Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson had to pull his album just because he said kite. And this
Yeah.
They're
happened,
gonna
what was
have
this?
to learn not to play with the juju. They got that juju. Look out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They'll
so,
shut you down.
yeah.
Throw that
But
word
this is the
around too
but
much.
but but this is the thing. Check it. This is a what? Urban music you're making money off of, right?
Right.
And what's urban? Predominantly what? Black, right? So
Yep.
Right.
why we ain't making the money? Just like I be telling, okay, these Asian people selling the hair, you making all that money selling predominantly black woman here.
Hey,
But who's getting the bank? You are.
listen,
And then
listen.
when we try to get in, you don't let us in. But see, that's going to change. You know why? Because when we anyway. See, but that's
No, you good.
exactly
You
me. But
good.
no,
Hey,
I wouldn't do it publicly. You know why? Because
Why?
it might be some agents watching, and then they gonna get the game plan. They don't need the game plan because
Well,
it
there
ain't
we
for
go.
them. It ain't for them. It ain't for them. It ain't for
Yeah.
them. And
The
that's how
revolution
they
will not be
that no, yeah,
televised. Got you.
exactly. That's how they do it to us. You feel me? But then when we do it back to them, and that's why, like I said with Kanye, you didn't need to do this. You didn't need to do this. Show with your actions. What they say, your actions speak louder than.
The
hey,
words.
check this out.
Yeah.
After this show, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get that business loan from the bank now.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
hey,
yeah.
look.
Nah, MFC know a bank instead of black bank. What's that black? No, fucking, what's his name got a black bank? Freeze, mess with
Killer
him. What's
Mike.
his name? Killer
Killer
Mike.
Mike. Killer Mike.
Killer Mike, yeah.
Hey,
But
look,
shit,
The
got a
that
rapper?
ain't in Detroit.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the old school rapper?
yeah. He got a
Yeah.
bank. He got a
Oh.
bank.
Yep.
It's called
Yeah,
Greenwood.
Yep.
yeah,
Look,
yeah.
check
He
this
got a
out.
black bank.
Check this out. Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say now. Damn.
You,
Must have
you
been
said
too
something.
good.
You said to put the cash app up on the board. You was giving us money, something bullshit like that. I don't know. Like you
Hey,
said something about, yeah. You said start
hey,
start with
hey, I'm gonna need that cash
Sylvia.
app to push this agenda.
Cash out to
Hey,
put this agenda. You going
Uh,
hey,
DEFCON 3 and you broke, nigga? Come
hey,
on,
That
look,
man.
sound like
That's
a
that's
merger to me,
listen.
guys.
Hey, I don't,
Hmm.
they about to. I'm gonna be fucked up after this. They gonna be like, we ain't taking no more car payments from your black ass. Talking all
uh,
this shit. But look, check this out. Think about. I'm going back to the power of them people.
uh-huh.
Kanye West had $140 million in J.P. Morgan Chase. They said your money not no good here no more. Your money is not no good here.
Mhm.
That's power.
Well,
Real,
yeah, not all money moves the same.
huh?
Not all money moves the same. You know, in some neighborhoods, it wouldn't matter how much money I had, I wouldn't be able to buy into it.
But
You know
what
what
I'm
I'm saying? Not all money move the same here in the US.
right, but what I'm saying is he had that money in the bank already. Take your shit. We don't want your shit no more.
Okay.
Hmm.
Power of those people. So, we can talk about white supremacy all day. We can talk about white supremacy
Gotcha.
anywhere on any network, but the moment we mention those other folks,
Shit,
it's
what
a
you think
wrap.
they is? They white.
I know. They the ultimate white supremacists. They
And
the
don't you
ultimate. Hey,
and don't you
hey,
get it wrong either.
they are
Yeah,
the true identity theft. The true definition of identity theft.
yeah.
This
Mm.
nigga said
Can I?
identity.
Somebody gonna talk to me today. Somebody gonna talk to me today.
Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, for identity theft, just to give a little context, I mean, whose identity did they take? If you don't mind me,
All right, then.
can I ask that? Can we answer that sort of thing here?
I
You,
know where you
you
go. I know where you're
go
going. I
ahead.
know
Go ahead,
exactly where
cause
you're going with.
I know you know, Sylvia.
They
I
took,
already know you know.
yo, they took the Indians. They took
But
they
I really don't know, y'all. I honest to God, I don't
they,
know. Like
they
y'all just
took
went over my head.
the Indians. They
Okay,
took the Israelites. They took everything. The Hebrew. They call themselves Jewish. Ish.
Right.
No, they not. There's no such thing as Jewish. It's Hebrew.
It's like this. When a grown man or grown woman acting like a child, you call them childish.
Yes,
Child.
right.
They're not a child, but you're calling them childish. Just like the Jew. They're not Jews, but they call themselves Jewish.
They're converts. They're converts, bro. They're converts.
yeah, but
In
this
Actually,
is
they
it
from
goes back.
California.
It goes back.
1942.
Okay, okay. It don't. Let's not get caught on what this one called. That who's winning. That's what
Yeah,
we got.
they're winning.
That's what we need to look
By
at. And see,
far.
this is what people. That's there. All of that. I don't get caught up in. Oh, the blood started here. The blood. That
The-
who the fuck is winning? All that bullshit. Fucking what's in your bank account? That's what the
that-
fuck matters to me. You know what I mean?
That's it.
And that's what I'm saying. As far as is we got to get off because they win by catching us with that. Just like he was saying. We make the music, who make the money? We make the music, they make the money. We make the movies, they make the. You get it?
That's
That
the
don't it,
same
and
thing.
it don't and
That's
it don't make no sense. It's like a pimp and a prostitute. So who's being prostituted?
That's the
We are.
same thing they said. That's the same thing with the Indian thing. It's like we know we the first, we original, but you can't go get no anybody that got that they say that they Indian. They can't go to no damn get no money from them damn reservations or the motherfucker.
Yeah, but
Even if you have the DNA, you can't.
yeah,
They
Yeah,
are
yeah, but
not
that's
accepting
black.
DNA to
yeah,
None.
but
enter
the
cards
DNA
either.
the DNA's been tainted. You know that in the heart. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Come on
But I
now.
Yeah,
mean, if
That's
it actually says it, like 23andMe has this waiver that says
uh-huh.
this cannot be used
right. See, she know.
to
Yep.
get your nationality, your card.
The room
So
is on
yeah,
fire here in the winning cipher today. The room
Oh
yeah.
is
yeah.
on mother
But you
fire.
know what though? I
Yeah.
can't argue with that. I think a lot. Oh, am I still here with you guys?
Yeah. Yep. You have.
Yes.
Okay. I think what
Okay.
happens is because it had less to do with your genetics and more to do with being a part of a nation. That's why even if you have
Mm,
the DNA that's represented as
yeah.
Native American, that doesn't mean that you were necessarily a part of that nation. So you could be 100% African and still have been Native American. So they're not accepting blood. They are trying to track you down. If you can't pinpoint your people born on their lands, then they won't
Uh-huh.
let you get it. So genetics doesn't matter when applying for cards anymore.
Yeah. And then that's
And
why.
that's not right though, right?
It's
It should
not
matter.
because I was applying for mine real hard.
Yep.
I said,
Yeah.
only
Remember
thing
that?
that saved me was my great grandfather and
Uh-huh.
grandfather was stillborn in the territories. So that's the only thing that saved me. Me proving it was in my DNA had nothing to do with
Hmm.
winning that over. So
My grandfather is what Ellis Bradley is what seven well I want to say half and half, but he say about 70% Indian. And if you see, let me show. I got a picture, but anyways,
No, he
he
could have been 100% African and
right.
still been 100% Indian.
That's what I'm
Okay,
Yeah.
I
saying.
hear you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to
Yeah.
prove your point. Yeah, it was a thing where back he used to say they used to go to get help from the reservations, the black Indians or whatever you want to call them, and how they turned them down, sort of similar to the what you were saying about the DNA.
That's
And
right.
and it's crazy because when man, I show you a picture of my grandfather, you're gonna be like, whoa. And he looked like he could have been with he could have played for the Florida State Seminoles.
Hey, hey, son, I told you the other day we have relatives in Tennessee on the
Yeah.
reservation.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, man. The one thing I noticed, even over in Europe, the history's been tainted.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You
it's
know what I mean?
true.
Yeah.
My ex-wife from Romania. Okay, even over there, you got to remember they was under Ceausescu. Okay, in the
Okay.
Soviet Union. So,
Wouldn't that be like the
um,
Egyptian
well,
gypsies in Romania or
no,
no?
no, but even no, they got the gypsies over there, and see the gypsies, but the see that the prejudice with the gypsies. That's why I said it's prejudice all over. It's the same thing like they got here with how whites and blacks. It's the same thing over there with the gypsies. Damn, well, there you go.
Yeah, I see
Wow.
him. That's right.
See,
That's
Yeah.
see,
crazy,
and
huh?
yeah, he
Hmm.
That
got
is
Yeah.
crazy. Unbelievable,
we
man.
come in all shades. You got to remember that. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
So
That's
wait
saying?
a
That's
right.
minute.
that's what I
So
explain to people. They say it's 40. They say it's 48, but I believe it's 56. It's different shades. You know, you could take somebody, for my real father who's black as shit, and here it is. Look at my damn white ass son, and this is just this quick. And this is what I try to tell people
Exactly.
when they say I'm 100% this and that. You don't know what the hell you are.
no,
Remember
you're
years
not.
ago,
Yeah.
they didn't have abortion. You had people that just disappeared, came back, and was somebody was in that orphanage. You know what I mean?
That's
It was
right.
like that. So,
That,
like I said,
that,
but at the end of the day, it shouldn't matter what you are. It should matter what's in your heart.
yeah,
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and
We're all human.
I was
that's
as
what
going for the
people,
money, no lie.
that's
we need the
so
no,
did you
no,
get
we
it,
need the money.
Sylvia?
No,
I
we
was
need the
going
money
for
to
the
keep the honey. We need the money to keep the
Sylvia,
honey
did you
going.
get
You
it?
right?
Hey, it's all about the Benjamins, baby. You already know.
Sylvia, did you get the money?
Not yet. I'm fighting for it. Because see, what I need is I want my sons to be able to go to school for free.
Okay.
That'll help us build this empire a lot faster if they don't have to come out of pocket. So yeah,
Yep.
Okay,
still fighting
so
for it.
Oh yeah,
what band are you from?
What band?
Are
My
y'all talking
genetics?
about?
What do you mean? What
Tribe.
people? What's
Tribe.
on my
Tribe,
birth
tribe,
certificate?
tribe.
No,
Okay,
tribe.
wait a minute. I thought we were talking about natives
Oh
a
no, that
second
would
No.
be
ago.
Choctaw. When you said band, I didn't understand what that meant. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so you're
Chickasaw.
fighting for the native aspect of your money?
No, see, number one, I know that there isn't money. Basically, this is how they put it. They said, look, you can become down, we can give you the car, you can be one of us, but there isn't any monies. Initially, that's why I started fighting for it. Now I'm using that to save that history for my children. But yeah, initially, yeah, of course. I want anything that I can get that I have the right to have, that they will allow me to have. I wouldn't care if I was fighting for the fact that I'm part Nigerian from the Yoruba people. If I got to fight to get that documented too, to get the money
Mm.
to push us farther in the agenda of building my family, I would do that too.
Yeah, the
And
same thing with
that's not a
my
problem.
grandfather.
And
I
you
could
deserve that shit.
the same thing with my grandfather that my aunt was telling me they was trying to pursue for the kids. It was a while ago, but I'm like, man, shit, I'm out here. I can get it myself, man.
Yep.
I wish I could, but I know that a black man chances is very slim to none.
It's very hard.
Yeah, but don't
So
give up trying, man. You never give
Yeah,
up
don't give
trying.
up
You
trying.
never know.
Right.
Yeah, you never know. Like I
So
said, there's a
so
will. There's a
Sylvia, did
will. Is a
they
way.
check your quantum blood level to see?
No, what I did was initially I thought by going to 23andMe and get my DNA authenticated that would be key, and it wasn't. It was more so where was my grandparents born? Who
Mm.
were they? And they documented based on my literal on paper family, the census.
yeah,
That's what we had to go back to.
See, because I know my granddaughter, excuse me, even though her mom is 100% Ojibwe, both her
Mhm.
parents are Ojibwe, um, and she is a documented native.
Native.
My
Mhm.
grandbaby, they still had to do her quantum to see because if
Yeah,
she had
because
too
it
much
may
of
not
my son's
necessarily show
blood,
up in your DNA, even if you're
yeah,
right there.
yeah. If they said if she has too much of my son's blood, which I don't understand that because our children are of our fathers, like we're of our dad's
Well,
makeup.
I mean, that's not really how they're basing it. They're not. I have a niece, and she has enough of my DNA to qualify as one of my fourth cousins. She's my niece, though. So it depends on which chromosomes you take from your mom and dad. So if my dad is mixed, maybe I didn't get any of the chromosomes from him that's Native American. You get it? That's another reason why it doesn't play out the same way when it comes to the DNA and the genetics. And that's why that's not a viable source, because you can be right there and it just didn't play up in your DNA.
Yeah, yeah,
That was
You
the only thing
understand?
cause
was to see
my
how
grandfather.
much quantum blood she had in her DNA. Um, and she had to be 50% because wait a minute, her mom is so the grandmother is Ojibwe and then the grandfather is something else, and they were shooting for the Ojibwe money or benefits or to be part of the Ojibwe band because that band is bigger than her father's band, which
Right.
means the larger the band, the more money they have, which means more of your thingamajig, your whatever the money is they get ever so often. Um, and the way they were explaining it to me is if she doesn't come up to 49, 51%
Mm,
Ojibwe, she cannot be part of the Ojibwe band, even though her mother is Ojibwe and her mother is a part of that band and her grandmother and so on and so forth.
right.
Um, but we're just still waiting.
Oh, okay. Well, I understand, and I hope it pans out. Another reason is, when I first started trying to apply for it, I was afraid of the 13th Amendment being taken away, and I wanted to be classified as indigenous so I can be protected as an actual American. Because, anyway, so that had something to do with it too, because I started this journey fighting for this more than 13 years ago.
Mm.
Jeez.
But you know what
Yeah.
I hate? I hate how the tribes turn their back on you too. I hate that, man. That's fucked up. They totally turn their back on you. They treat you like shit.
Oh, well, you know what? That's any band of people that we go back to protecting the politics that gives you more and them less. There's only one pie. And if you want a piece of it, you got to fight tooth and nail for it. That's how
Yeah.
these cultures are fighting, and
Oh
if
yeah,
they let you in, then that's less pie for me.
yeah. Cause my
All of them
grandfather,
are like that across the board.
cause my
Mhm.
grandfather was born on the. I think he got the reason why because he was messing with a black something. But he married a Dillard. My Dillard is side.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah. Oh, you a Dillard?
This nigga found out on air.
Oh, wait a minute. Are all three of y'all
Are
related?
you serious?
This
Look, you
Are you
nigga,
got to look at
related
me
this
differently now
nigga,
because if you're kin
he,
to this, if you're kin to Freeze, then
Yeah, that's my
he said,
cousin.
"Oh my God,
watch it, guys. Watch it.
I found out on the internet."
Wait a
Yo,
minute.
but
So
you
all three of y'all related?
but you
I am
know
a
Hello,
Dillard.
but you know what's crazy? The Dillard side used to
I'm an
say
alien.
about their about the Indian heritage a lot. That is crazy. Wow.
Wow.
Y'all
Wow.
niggas,
What up,
y'all
cuz?
bohemian. Y'all niggas ain't Indian.
All right, there we go.
What up,
I'll take
cuz?
it.
You fucking bohemian.
What up, cuzzo?
You wasn't
I
my
see
cousin
you
in the
looking
group
at
home.
me. I see you. I see you, cuz. What?
Nah.
I'm playing. No, you didn't. No, you've been very respectful. I'm just joking.
Thank you. Yeah, that's man. I'm glad when I find more family, man. That's a blessing, man. That is a blessing. Word.
Well,
Freeze
everybody,
up.
they say, if you believe in the Bible, everybody's family, right?
Yep.
There we go. The
Yep.
human
Hello.
family. That's why I keep
Mm,
leaning to the term your politics. You know what I mean?
yeah,
You're
that's one of
right.
them. That's one of them sick
Sure.
perverted stories.
Uh-oh.
But freeze. When she know the story of the Dillard side, boy, you know the elders, one of the elders, the reason why so many of us was because he was on the farmland and that came from West Indies, and he was on the farmland, and the sheriff they wanted to buy him out, so he came on his property and he murdered him, and the sheriff killed like about 7 of our people, like the kids, and they were just killing everybody, so they had to scatter. So that's how. But on top of that, the great grandmother had 22 kids.
Wow.
Mm.
22. Yep. That's
Well,
why.
that's where I get it from.
Yeah,
Yes.
I got the picture. Hold on, I got the
He's
picture.
like, I got the picture.
I'm gonna send it to free.
I got the movie.
The main photo of all of them together. It's crazy.
You heard it first on Winning Cipher.
She had
There we go.
she had to have
Reuniting families and shit.
grandma was shaking that thing for
Grandma was shaking that thing. He
for
stood.
18 years straight.
I don't blame her. Do that.
Hey, that was
With one
normal. That was
man.
normal. That was normal, man.
I was
MSC shit. It was 14 niggas in the projects.
hell yeah. Shit, I'm from the projects. Yeah, you damn right about that.
Shit, that was normal back in the days. Not too long ago, I heard. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You right about that.
Now, motherfucker have 2-3 kids. Like, oh my god, I can't take this. I'm going crazy. Like,
Right.
what the fuck?
That
No.
ain't nothing.
Damn.
Yeah, these girls can't even take care of one kid and shit. They got one kid and shit ready to go crazy. I got it. Oh my god, I gotta go hang out. Shut the hell up.
Ah,
You know that. Can't
I
fucking
still
cook.
live though, you know what I mean? It's just I don't know,
It's a
people have
different life.
their
There's nothing
life
wrong with that.
preferences. You know, I've always preferred family. I've always preferred a large family. You
No,
know,
that's
I had
cool.
a deep-seated belief that if I didn't have the support outside of myself and I didn't have the education I needed, then the only asset I had, to be honest, that I understood to use was my womb. And I've used it wisely.
Yes. Yes.
That's
can I
right,
get a
Larry
wit?
ladies. Gotta
Hey,
get a witness.
that's when that
Wow, he
that's
really
when
got it. Okay. Yeah, send it to Freeze for me.
Okay.
If you can get that to me, that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
that?
That was a picture of the Big
The
Mama
family.
with all the
I'm gonna have
kids.
to get my reading
I
glasses.
one thing. AJ, have you ever seen the family page where it showed Michelle Obama how she's linked to the Dillards?
Say
Yeah.
what?
Yep.
Yeah, it was in there.
Uh-oh, time to go for
Michael
that
Jackson.
Obama money, y'all. Watch
I,
Man,
out.
I
that link
think
don't mean
That's
shit because
next.
she ain't get in touch with you all them years, nigga.
right.
She done
Hmm.
she done forgot about that side of the family.
I
I'm
know,
going for
Goddamn
the
uh-huh.
shit.
Obama money next, y'all.
That would have been good, right? She would have showed up like, listen, y'all
I know.
family. Look, what
Showed up.
Hey,
you want a
Sylvia, can I
job?
be y'all's cousin?
I know,
Of
right?
course.
When you go for
Hey,
the Obama money, can I be y'all cousin?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
why not?
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you somebody that
I
come to
got
the
one
family.
better. You could be a sister.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you another one. Judge Joe Brown. He actually come to the family reunions.
Well, I
Hey,
can
you
see
know
the
he live.
resembling. I can see with our mouths how we're very similar. I can see that.
He live in my
Yeah.
neighborhood.
Who?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, because he said,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
You
live
you
like
ain't
right
lying.
down the street from me.
He's in
We all
Phoenix?
in the same
yeah.
gated community.
I seen him out in Scottsdale.
Yeah,
He
No, no,
came
right,
no,
by
no,
man.
the
Let him,
no,
party.
man.
no,
Yeah.
not here in Phoenix. At my house in Memphis.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Okay.
yeah. But I did see him in Scottsdale at the club. Yeah,
Well,
But
all
he's
That's good.
right.
always in Scottsdale though.
That
He's
huh?
nigga was
always
in the
out here.
club.
He's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
out here.
My
Hey,
Oh yeah.
baby,
Josh, you know I used to be out 7 days a week. See,
Oh,
you
look at
already
that.
know.
my baby just
Allegedly.
turned 12.
I don't know what that nigga talking about.
Allegedly.
Shit. Everybody want a co-defendant, right? They go, yeah, actually, no, don't ask me, motherfucker.
I know. You already know.
Nah, I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Now, you know
Yeah.
how people do that though, right? Be like,
Oh
actually, no,
yeah.
don't ask me.
Oh yeah. You need a
Ka-
co-signer.
Kanye, Kanye West killed that shit. Oh yeah, Ice Cube. Ice Cube was like, oh hell no, I don't know that nigga.
I got. I
Uh,
got. I got a. Damn. Shit. Okay. I gotta wait on my windows to defrost. So shit. Now y'all can see me. Shit.
You guys,
What
is
the
this
hell?
my phone? Everybody, I'm having a hard time hearing everybody. Is
Shadow,
it
what you
just
got?
me?
What you got?
Got
Oh,
the
Oh,
GPS.
it's
oh,
snack
her.
time. So I gave the kids ice cream. And then I just got me a spoonful before they took the bucket back. Because if I unplug my computer, it'll go to that.
MFC, what you up to over there?
I
See,
had to mute. I
Julia.
had to mute my mic because I had dogs and everything else, and the fire engines going by.
Ah, that's
Yeah,
part. Hey, that's part of the show. We supposed to hear that in the background.
yeah,
Shoot. That's legendary winning cipher shit right there.
All
yeah.
right.
You sound like Crip Mac,
Well,
right? You sound like Crip Mac for a second.
question. Are y'all preparing for this winter for as far as how the economy has turned upside down and the food shortages, the escalation in food prices? Have y'all been like, oh Jesus.
yes,
Have y'all
ma'am.
been that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Definitely. I've been
Yeah.
stirring. I've been canning.
Can't. Yep.
Um, got my water filters ready and all that jazz. So yeah, definitely. I have too many children to fear going through a winter where they'll have to be hungry. So I have to always have some sort of provisions in line.
They
Even
got.
as far as going to get, canned goods pretty much rot after a year. So it's really hard to store things for more than a year. I went and got things like raw honey because I know that's going to last. It's not going to go bad. I went and got my coffees and my teas,
Gotta get
things
that.
that at least put calories in us and keep us alert enough to fight another day. So I even went as far as doing those things as well. So yeah, honey, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
They
that.
got.
Hey,
Charles,
They,
what about
they
you?
hey,
they got panels. They got those solar panels that you can get on eBay. They're you can set them out and you can plug at least 6 things up to them and they run by the sunlight. You just leave them out in the sun and you can get them. They're
You ain't
cheap.
gotta get them off of eBay. You could go right down to Home Depot because that's where I bought my solar power generator
Yeah,
from.
Really?
yeah, yep. You can get them
Yes.
from
Well,
there.
that I don't have. I'm glad you guys mentioned that because I was not. Yeah, that's not on the list.
Yep, you can get
Solar
them cheap.
power generator.
The thing
Even
about
there.
that is, though, you want to put your panels up high and you
Yeah,
have to buy the additional cording to it because the way they sell it to you is like you putting the generator at your back door, the panels directly in the backyard. But
Oh, it's not enough.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think like this: if I was in a jam and I knew you had a solar power generator and it's where I could get it, I'm coming to get it.
I'm still it.
And I'm not a thief. I'll
No,
kill you
I
before I steal
understand.
from you. But I'm coming to get
survival.
your generator.
It's survival. I'm not mad at anybody surviving because I know I do it.
that's why when we was in the hood and they was talking about get rid of them guns, I was like, nah, I'm burying mine.
Mhm.
Allegedly,
Right. Right.
I'm
Right.
sorry.
allegedly, allegedly.
Allegedly, allegedly.
Right.
This nigga here, god
Hey,
damn it,
hey, at
we
this
ain't got
point,
no.
at this point, you gotta prepare for anything,
Oh yeah,
and
oh
I
yeah.
mean quickly.
Well, y'all make sure
Yep.
y'all get firewood. Like, even if you don't buy it, if I mean, this is storm season. For some of y'all, it sound like it's over. Y'all talking about it's cold, but you see them people cutting down trees and stuff. Ask them to throw a couple pieces of that wood, Sylvia.
I,
MFC, you guys are females, but throw that mess in your trunk and bring it home and eventually buy you a chainsaw. They're relatively cheap. I think I paid like $70 for my chainsaw. And
I got.
I
You
don't
must have never been
use
to the Bronx,
I,
Shadow. What you doing with firewood? Tell her, MFC. What the fuck? You
Hey,
trying to
Because it's
burn the fucking house down?
no, because this is what it come down to. If we, especially in the Bronx, it's cold as hell there in the winter. What
Yeah,
you
but
gonna
we
do?
can't
Because
burn. We can't.
listen, me and
Where the
Unfortunately,
fuck you
Freeze
gonna burn
it's
firewood at?
on your like on your
we got
The chimney.
grill.
yeah, all you
no,
gotta
no.
do is
Yeah.
get
In the
one of those.
Bronx,
In the
Oh,
fucking Bronx. He's
in
in
the
an
Bronx, we have
apartment.
apartments.
Oh,
There is no fireplace.
no.
Ain't
Let me
He's
it?
tell
trying to
y'all
burn the
something.
fucking house down. Just go fucking crazy.
I
Yeah,
live in an apartment, but I be damned if the power go out for more than 24 hours. I gotta
You
have
put
hot
your
water.
fucking coat
I
on,
gotta be
okay?
able to cook.
And
Exactly. You lay everyone
Hey,
turn on the oven. Boil your water. You let your water
I'm
boil.
definitely
tell her them Bronx tactics, MFC.
That's right. We put 4 pots of water on top. We have the oven on, and
See?
everybody.
but
oh,
hey,
keep
well,
the
hey,
house
look,
warm.
look,
if
look.
they
Hey,
no,
when
but
I,
listen, y'all, if the
I
power go out or the gas
thank
go out,
you,
if they shut
thank you.
the
That's what
gas
I was
off,
about to say.
what y'all gonna do?
Put
That's
an
what I was.
extra coat on.
Yeah, but
No,
that,
not
that
that way,
we
but
don't
they
have no
got
other
to.
option.
Listen, I
He
encourage
said
y'all
for the
know.
extra coat.
Hey, y'all know I be up. Y'all know I be up on my stuff. I do encourage y'all to get extra blankets, a lot, quite a few.
Go
Expect the
to the Goodwill
unexpected
and
this
get them.
winter.
Go
Yeah.
to the Goodwill. Bring them
Yep.
things home or well not home because you can't really
Some
wash them
bed
in the washing
bugs.
machine like that. But take them to the
Oh,
washerette and I'm just saying though, y'all, in
triple
real life,
dry them.
because
That'll
you
clean
know
them.
what the funny thing is, right now it's not really cold in Phoenix, but because of my situation, I'm cold all the time. Except for when I had my personal summers. The other morning I got up and turned the heat on, and my heat don't work. The heat
Okay.
don't
Oh
work.
They
wow.
didn't cut it
So I
on
had
yet.
No, it
no, it
don't
ain't
work.
that. It's not that. It doesn't work. I don't know
Yeah.
what's wrong with it. The man
Oh
came out
wow.
yesterday, but for some reason nobody answered the door. But folks was here. I don't understand that. But whatever the case, every morning since then I've been having to get up and turn my stove on. But
Right.
then last week we had storms where several thousand people were without power.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine waking up and I can't have no hot water and it's cold and I got babies. Like
Right.
I got little people
Right.
here. And fuck them kids. I can't be cold.
Oh,
Can't
she
be
brought the
cold.
Bernie Mac out.
Man, I
She
just thought
brought the
about that.
Bernie Mac
Like
out.
they can
Right.
handle cold better than I can. I suffer from 2
Not the
autoimmune
babies.
diseases.
Not the babies. Not the babies. Not the babies.
Man, and that's my thing. Like, if I was without power and then I'm in a financial bind, I can't just jump up and go out to eat every day or order food in because we ain't got power. Hell no. And I'm not gonna be sitting around trying to make bologna sandwiches all day. I'd rather put on a pot of beans and something hot. Oatmeal in the morning for these little rugrats. Like, nah, man. Y'all need some firewood. I don't give a damn what Dr. Jaws is talking about. Because, and I'm gonna tell y'all this. Me and Freeze was talking about this today. 3 years ago, about Freeze and I was. It might have been 2 years ago. I don't know, but I believe the way they do so many small things of population control, and they wipe out
No, bro.
several hundred people at one time. I don't care, Dr. Jaws. I believe places like Milwaukee, New York, Minnesota, Detroit, where it gets cold. Man, don't you realize when it's 20 degrees, 0 degrees, you can't live like that. I believe they gonna
No.
hit people's power just to be hitting that shit.
Mm,
I'm just
wait.
like all these little baby tsunamis and stuff we be having and all these weird storms. I believe New Orleans, it ain't just in the line. Because if it's just in the line, then it would have been in the line all my life. They ain't been getting tore up every year all my life.
Yeah.
I believe a lot of that stuff is induced. And at the end of the day, man, you just gotta be ready because you don't know which way they coming for us. You don't. I
Right.
mean, Russia supposedly tore up their own line. They winter is gonna be fucked up.
Oh my
If they do it
goodness.
to
I
their
highly
people,
doubt it. Listen, you
I
know they on
mean,
martial. You know they on martial law right now, right?
they are on martial law. They went on martial law, I believe, yesterday.
So
But
they
my
know
thing is this:
Go ahead.
Go Freeze.
They know something is about to happen. I don't know if y'all seen that new general that they just put in charge of everything over there in Russia.
Oh
His
Everything?
nickname is General Armageddon. That's his
my God.
nickname. They say he is the most brutal of the generals over there. He
Mm.
took control, and the first thing he did is put him on martial law. I told y'all a couple weeks ago, or no, this was private conversation, me and you, I think, Josh, or me,
I don't know
one of
what
y'all.
you're talking
To
about.
me?
But anyway,
Somebody.
right now,
I see.
Russia has the largest nuclear sub on the planet. They
That's
can't
right.
find, they cannot find that sub. It's not detectable. That's one
Mm.
thing. United States just bought billions of dollars of iodine pills. Told y'all this
Sure
stuff.
did. Sure
Yep.
What they
did.
gonna do with
That's another
those?
indication.
That's
Huh?
for
Because if you have
radiation,
a
for
That's
nuclear
peak
that's
attack,
for
radiation
radiation.
exposure,
yeah,
Oh my
Russia
and that's
God.
also
only going to
has
go
a
to selected people.
Russia.
and it
Mm-hmm.
ain't gonna be us.
Russia also
Who you talking
has
about?
a Russia also has a nuclear weapon that causes
Jesus.
nuclear radiation tsunami. That's another thing that they've been talking
Mm.
about. It's a lot out here.
And the
You
thing
need to
is,
know what's
they
going on in the
and
world.
we're floating around like this stuff isn't really happening because it's not happening. For one, it's not happening right here in your face, and then we are people that don't really watch the news. We don't, and then the stuff that they ain't putting on the news that we are catching in other
Yep.
avenues, we ain't even paying attention to that. And,
Yeah,
and,
but
and
like
you
this.
notice, when shit happens in all these other countries, there's always a copycat of it to a degree,
Right.
whether it's 100% or 30%. We can't handle it.
It's
Yeah,
sad
but
that everybody else in the world know what's going on except the people right here.
I
And
don't
Yes.
that's
know.
how
New York
dumb our
knows something.
society is.
let
Hey
me
New
ask you
yo,
a
York
question.
knows
If
something.
it was a nuclear war, would you guys want to live through that?
Nope.
We're not going to live.
Okay.
But the thing is, here's the thing: you don't want to live through it. You're probably not going to live through it, but you're not going to immediately die. Okay.
Depends on
So
where
if,
you
if
at.
it's something, it's like this for me, Doc. If I'm not going to die instantly, I don't want to struggle while I'm dying.
y'all,
I
Right.
just don't.
hey
I
yo,
don't.
Right.
I do.
y'all talking about what Russia got.
I ain't never gonna give up. I
Let me
don't know
tell
about
you,
you. I'm
let me
a
tell
elite warrior.
let me tell you, we got to worry about what America got nuclear bombs that'll wipe out the whole world. They got nuclear bombs that'll wipe out the whole world. That's how.
Allegedly.
No,
Yeah. Russia
God
has
damn, nigga.
Yeah,
listen,
you gotta
You
say
gonna
alleged, or
you
they
gonna
gonna
you gonna put us in
try to
jail.
twist it.
Allegedly.
I don't know about
Yeah.
you, nigga. I
hold
don't
on,
want
hold
no
on.
co-defendants.
Hold on,
Allegedly.
listen. No, Russia has the largest nuclear bomb on Earth.
Allegedly. God
Largest.
damn.
Allegedly.
con,
Right, allegedly.
con.
Every time you say allegedly from now on.
Allegedly. Look,
Financially, we make more money than them. They're considered a poor country. They got stuff, but you got to look at what we got. We the
oh,
demons. We
we
the
Allegedly.
have a
demons.
we have
I disagree with you. I'm gonna tell
we
you
have a
why.
lot.
Because
The
we
white man.
definitely have a lot. We have a lot, but let me show you this though. Number one, I think we're the biggest pussies there is almost.
No,
Okay.
I
Allegedly.
mean, devils.
And that
The
ain't no
devil.
allegedly. I'm coming straight up from the hip. We about
No,
the biggest
Why?
pussies
Why?
there is.
no.
Why?
And I'm gonna tell you why. Because we allow so much offense to us from
Cause we
everybody else.
down with it.
Yep.
They
And we
down
don't
with
do
it.
shit about it.
They
There's so much that my granddaughter's mother told me the other day. My granddaughter lives in Korea. They told me the other day when they're over there, Koreans, you're not gonna go to Korea, and the problem that they have with Americans is we come over there and try to act like we can do the same stuff there that we do here. She said, and they ain't going. They just not going. But here,
Yep.
oh, you can come to America and do every and anything. You can do anything. I don't care what country you from. I don't care if it's of a dark, melanin in your skin, if it's a pale melanin like theirs, like you motherfucking can do anything here. We let anything go. We will put our own people down. America with 3 Ks in the middle will put our own people down just to upbuild and
Hey,
uplift
But see,
another
hey,
community from
you
another country.
you
But
Quiz.
that's
Okay.
what
you
America
forget
is, though.
Hey,
you're
Quiz.
not understanding what I'm saying.
Hey,
You gotta understand that the America is the most atrocity that caused the most atrocities all over the world.
right.
Nagasima, Hiroshima, Japan, they dropped nuclear bombs that destroyed almost the whole country. They dropped bombs. They dropped bombs in Vietnam. It's not about. I'm not saying. If you notice this, the only people we fight is dark people. We don't fight other white people.
Right,
Y'all
right.
gotta
And now we
remember
fight.
that. You
And
gotta
now,
remember that.
look.
True,
But
true.
listen, Quiz. But now we at a point we are about to fight white folks.
No, we
That's
not.
right.
We're not about to
Right
fight
Yeah.
now.
Russia. They not about to fight Russia. Don't you
The-
know they down? If Trump, you know what Trump got? I mean, when he got those nuclear codes and all that stuff, you know
Uh-huh.
that was for Russia. That's his man. That's their man's in
Allegedly.
them. It's power. They're trying to get the power into the white supremacist Republicans' hands, so we don't have no beef. That's what they trying to do because the Democrats, they still devils too. That's why Joe Manchin and all that they don't want him to be no Democrat, but he a
Look,
Republican. But he the head Democrat. He
but
more racist than the Republicans.
right. This the thing. All right. When I said this earlier, when
Man,
Obama was office, his last days, we
man,
were
white
in the
people ain't
same we were in the same predicament as we are now. We were
white
about to
people
go
ain't
to
gonna
war.
kill each other. White people
We were
ain't gonna kill each other, bro. It's gonna be if we get it, it's gonna come from China. It's gonna come from another country. It ain't gonna come from no man. Do you don't know that
quiz.
Russians are white people?
Quiz. This been one of the big things that they talked about in the war. The Ukrainians and the Russians, they was like, we don't know who to kill. They look just like us. That was one of the big
Yeah.
things that came out this
That's
war.
land. That's a land grab. They want to grab that land so they can strike. So they can have strategic places over everybody. That's all that
But
is. That's
but
like that's like tribes fighting in Africa. But Africa ain't about to drop no nuclear bombs on each other.
no,
It's white people are
Russia.
not going to kill white people, bro, with power. It's not going to happen
Listen,
like that. It's going to come from the Japanese. It's going to come from
you,
Korea, Seoul,
hey,
Korea. That's
hey,
what's going to come from.
hey, cuz, check this out. Do you understand? Russia has aligned themselves with Saudi Arabia, the Middle Eastern nations, China. They're all allies. They align themselves with people of color. In South
And that
Africa,
means we can't do nothing.
it's called BRICS.
Yeah,
They
but
We
align.
can't do nothing.
they align themselves with Africa because they grabbing that stuff to make cell phones. It's like it's stuff they can grab the natural resources.
Matter of
That's
fact,
the only
matter
with
of fact,
any
just
dark country is for natural resources, bruh. It ain't
I I,
for
I feel that. But look, check this out. Putin said this is the end of America imperialism. Just the other day, he
that
said
mother.
this is the end of America because Russia. See, look, it's nothing to go from one country, white supremacist country, and taking one out for the other one to survive.
Yeah, but still, you got the account. But see, the thing is I understand all that, but I'm just saying. Look how black people get treated in Russia. Look how black people get
Right.
treated in China.
You
Look how
right.
Yep.
all
Yep.
over the place
All
they
over the
get
world.
treated the same. It's to stop us from having power, bruh. It's because their
Look,
Yep.
birth rate is low.
just
The
right. I agree with
white
that.
white
Check,
women are not fucking white men no more. They fucking black
Allegedly.
melanated men.
You know
Legend.
that, Dr. Giles. But listen, though, here goes the thing, though. It's
oh,
so
shit. Boom.
Oh
See, that's
shit.
why we. Hey, that's why. That's why we need that damn sound effect.
Oh, we
That's
don't need no fucking sound.
boom.
Fuck you, nigga. Get out of here. That's
Echo just
bullshit.
went off in this mother.
Oh,
But
shit.
no, for
but
real
listen,
though. But here goes the thing though. It's not even it, but to me, I don't even think it's about that. It's just like the Ukrainian and the Russian situation. That stuff really, I believe, popped off because Ukrainian tried to jump into NATO. And
Thank you.
that means that you're
I,
no longer
yeah,
first of all,
I'm
Ukrainian is Russia and
right,
Russia is
Right,
Ukrainian.
right.
Okay.
right.
And
So now when you decide I'm gonna do like Dr. Jones. I'm gonna take it to the hood. Hey, your whole family is disciples, and you jump up and got 3 or 4 cousins that are younger, and them fools pop off and say we finna be vice lords, or we just finna go over here and we ain't finna be in no gang. Rather,
Say they
then
set tripping.
oh, they said tripping. I swear to God. Then all of a sudden
Yep,
they jump up and say, you know what? We finna go be vice lords. The fuck you are? Like if you gonna be anything.
you're gonna
You
be
should have
seven
stayed
strong.
neutral. You should have just stayed Ukrainian, but you're not going to join NATO because we're not NATO and you really
Right.
belong to
But
us.
but
And
listen,
that's where all that mess popped off from.
I
That's why Putin was
listen,
mad.
I
listen,
love
you
that you said that, and it's true because it's only that one way in, one way out. So
Right.
that was the weakest point. And you can't trade because if you do that at this weakest point, anything could come in here. Ain't nobody
Right.
coming back in the other directions,
Right.
but they
And
will
that's the
come
thing.
this
Like,
way.
but
Yeah,
that's
listen,
what
you're
I'm
Dr.
gonna say
right.
Johns, when Dr. Johns be saying a slap in the face, a backhand slap, Ukrainian backhand slap the shit out of Putin. That
they
boy's
kicking
mama
their
is
ass.
fucking Ukrainian, okay?
And
His
they
right.
kicking
mama is
their ass.
Ukrainian.
That's fact.
Do
That's
you
And they
think
fact.
kick
you finna go join NATO?
and they kicking
No,
It's
their
not.
ass too. Ukraine is kicking their ass too.
hey,
Check
Oh,
it.
I'm
Ukraine is
oh,
no,
who
putting in
did
work.
that?
I'm gonna say this. I
That's MFC. That's MFC, y'all.
it work is getting
Huh?
put in on both sides,
Of
and this is why
well,
I say that.
people
You
dying
see,
though. That's the fucked up
yeah, at
shit
the end of
about
the
it.
day, but check this out. This the thing. Russia is aligning itself with nations of color. They want to be the big dog on the block in terms of white folks, right? So that's why they have to get America out the way. Everybody's tired of American backstabbing ways on these other countries.
But the
You
one
know,
thing they
just like
know, but the one thing you got to realize, cuz if they destroy the whole earth, who gonna rule? They need somebody to rule. They can They're
that's
not
what I'm
just going.
saying.
They not just going to destroy America without being
They
destroyed.
not thirsty to rule. The rule. They're not thirsty to rule. They thirsty to own.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If
saying. They not. But
I don't
listen,
have to rule your neighborhood.
but,
I can
but
eliminate your neighborhood and have your goddamn neighborhood.
right. But that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying though. That's like me. If you throw a punch at me, and I know if you throw a punch at me, and you bigger than me, and I know your punch gonna be more harder than my punch.
Do you know? Do y'all know how close
I
Russia
know that, so I'm
is?
not about to punch you.
Do y'all know how close Russia is?
Yeah, it's a
You
last.
gotta
It's
look at
close
this.
to a last. It's
Hold on,
Alaska. Close
hold
to
on. Do
Alaska.
y'all realize? Do y'all realize Putin is of age now, where it's kind of not mattering? He
Right,
know I
right.
mean, he's not. I'm not, and I don't know his physical health, but I would like to say Putin is at an age where, hey, it is what it is.
China
He
Right.
and,
is
it, and
China.
if he's
And that's
going out,
dangerous.
he gonna go out with a bang.
No,
And that's
China
dangerous.
is who's going out with a bang. China is the one we need to be looking at. That's going to destroy this world.
There you
That's
go,
who's
right
going to
there, though.
destroy
But
this
That look,
world.
you,
but
but
that's what we're telling you.
but
Russia and China are holding hands. They
No,
sleeping
they
in the bed.
no, they beefing.
exactly.
They beefing. They
So
beefing right now.
that,
Yes, they are.
listen, China, Russia, Iran, South Africa, and India are allies.
Are
They
all
have a
allies
thing
now.
called BRICS right now. They joined to they well, they joined together. The country that's trying to get in right now is I think I don't remember. I think maybe I don't know who the country. Oh, I think of Brazil. But anyway, make a long story short, they are allies. They have a lot of resources in those countries. Period.
Yeah, they
You know
do. They do. But I'm saying the ones with the Americans, the ally, they had the most nuclear capability. Than
that's not
if
true.
America didn't have the
I don't
most.
think so.
That's
No,
not
I
true.
don't think so.
I swear to God, America alone. Those are poor.
Listen,
Hey, you
Look,
putting your eggs in a
our
basket
Navy,
that got a
yeah,
hole in the bottom of it, bro. God, you
our
really
Navy.
putting your eggs
Listen,
in.
Nah,
I'm
let
not
me tell you
saying that
something.
we now hold on. I'm not
nah.
saying that we just gonna we some just straight up holes where you could just pimp slap us and knock us smooth the fuck out. I ain't
Right.
saying
That's what
it.
I'm
But what I
saying.
am telling
Oh,
you is this. What I am telling you is this. Don't ever think I'll fight with you now, and I'm a fighter. But please don't think I can whoop the world because I can't. Now, me and you
No,
gonna whoop
it's
some ass, but baby, don't put your eggs in my basket because it's a hole in that motherfucker, just like it's
oh,
one in America with 3 Ks in the middle. Period.
oh,
right.
okay.
It's
And
fuck.
when you got two countries, Russia and China.
You
First of
got,
all, we can't
But you
hang with China anyway. I don't care how y'all patch it up, fix it up, lick it up, put it up. It ain't gonna work.
but you
But
know
then
what?
you got Russia and China. No,
But you know who got the most
listen.
nuclear capability than the both of them? India, and that's who America is
it,
trying to patch
listen,
shit up with.
listen.
I'm
India
telling you.
India is a nuclear power, but Russia
Th-
has the largest nuclear arsenal in the world. That is a fact. You can
But
look that up.
bruh, just because they make it
Bro,
no,
stop it. Russia couldn't even deal with Afghanistan.
that's
Come
what I'm
on.
telling
What
him.
the fuck are you
He
talking
not
about?
listen,
Listen,
bruh.
hey,
The
hey,
nuclear,
didn't we just
that,
retreat from Afghanistan
bruh,
after being there 20
bruh,
years?
bruh.
We
Why do you think?
retreated.
But why do you think? Why do you think Russia is trying to get nuclear bombs to catch up with America? That's why
Yeah.
they're trying to do it.
Look,
They're not
hey,
trying to do it to be that because they're there because they got more than us. They're trying to do it so they can get more than us. That's
no,
why
you
they're.
wrong.
That's why it's a nuclear problem.
Hey, you are
And then
wrong
you
on
got to
this one.
also look at the
You wrong on
mindset
this.
of each country. The mindset of each country, and this is where I say America's real soft.
They,
We do some dirty shit, but at the end of the day, them countries, them people, they don't be having no type of heart to nothing. Like they'll do that on people, and for real. Now we be getting done over here, but for real, especially China, they would man look. They'll put everybody on a motherfucking a line of fire. Like seriously.
after Russia, man, they signed the agreement, man, for each other not to destroy each other. White people signed the agreement not to destroy each other. That they'll destroy the darker. They'll destroy the darker. That's why we never after we went to war with Germany. That's why every other war
Right,
we got into was with dark people.
right.
It's
Hey,
with
look.
dark people, not with
Hey,
white people.
listen. I agree with you on that
I'm
part to a certain extent. But right now, they are killing each other. They're fighting each other right
Bro,
now, currently.
bro. All you gotta do is Google the arsenals of USA and then
I
Google the
know
arsenals
exactly
of
that.
Russia.
That's what
And
I'm telling you to do.
I already did. I'm telling you.
Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I tell you what we do have. We have a dark matter weapon. Nobody can mess with that. I'll tell you that. It's a dark. We have a dark matter weapon. Nobody can mess with.
They got
That's
they
that's
got
way
you know
that's way hold on. That's way above a nuclear weapon. However,
yeah,
it
Go
don't
to
matter.
bed.
At the end of the day, Putin said this in the beginning of the whole thing. He said nobody can win this war, and that's a fact.
but you know
If
what though? If that was the case, then we got if he drop a bomb on Ukraine, then whatever you saying is true. If he drop a bomb on Ukraine because they losing that war, then everything we saying about Russia is true. I gotta see them drop a bomb on Ukraine because I
listen,
don't think that two powerhouse white countries they'll rather rule this bitch together like medieval fucking days than fucking let niggas or people with dark people start overpopulating, bruh.
but this the thing. This the thing. This the
He
thing.
has a point.
I'm
This the
telling you,
thing.
bruh.
They dropping bombs on Ukraine already
They
right
not
now.
dropping nuclear bombs on them though.
No,
It would have
no,
been
they're not
out.
doing that.
It
They're
would have
not.
been out.
Listen, listen. Putin does not want to do the nuclear thing. However, when you back somebody it's just like if you back a dog in a corner. Once that dog gets scared, he gonna unleash everything. That's why he brought out that new general who's supposed to be the most brutal general, and that's why he nicknamed him General Armageddon
Do you
because
know?
he's ready. He's ready to go there. If
Do
you
you
keep Hold on. It's like this. Like one of the things you are correct about this. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. It is some stuff you're correct on, but listen. At the end of the
He
day,
said
the
something.
whole the whole treaty, the whole beef is they're surrounding what's one of the beefs. It's they're surrounding Russia when they had agreement they would not do that. NATO would not do that, and Ukraine would not be able to be in NATO. But however, that's what they going to do.
But you know, America,
That's what
man,
they trying to do.
once after this election, it takes one election for the mind frame to change. When Trump was in office, Russia, it was best friends with America. Now when Trump not in office, that's why it's a bunch of bullshit.
Right.
That's why when the Republicans get
Exactly.
back in office, it's
But
white supremacy. They agree on white supremacy.
but
They know when
Can y'all
but
see my screen?
yeah,
hmm?
yeah. But I'm gonna tell you this. I tell you that.
Okay,
Shit.
can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't,
Yes.
the word reports on countries kind of just the fact that it says reports, it puts me in the mind of nobody really knows who has what. That's kind of what I think. Now we would like to think that we have this, that, and the third, and I know that it's a law that anything that you create in that capacity, they're supposed to expose it. But just because I'm sitting across the street from you and you and I are beefing and we make this treaty, what holds me to that treaty? Absolutely nothing.
Hey,
Absolutely
listen.
nothing.
I want y'all to look up. I think I told one of y'all this the other day. Look up Russia's missiles called the Satan 1 and Satan 2. Just spray
So
those down.
So right here it says here are the 10 countries with the most nuclear weapons. United States has 50 or 5 I can't eat
Number
5,550.
one. Number one.
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. It's over.
It has
Put
the most.
ultimate over.
Wait a minute,
Ultimate
wait a
over.
minute, wait a minute, wait a minute.
Ultimate
Pay
over.
attention to
I'm
the
out.
word. Pay
I
attention to the word.
digress.
It says who has the most. Just
The
because I
most.
got more bullets in my 22 caliber don't mean shit when
But,
Who
Dr.
has the
Oz
most
got,
powerful?
but you think they don't?
I got 100. I got 122 caliber bullets, and Oz got a hundred. He got 75
AK
45
bullet.
shells.
That's the
Come
devil's
on now.
dingling, man. That's making they sticking their dingling out. We got the most. We got the most. I'm sticking my nuts out. I got
Yeah.
more than you. So if you
I mean,
want to
you might
go,
got more than me, but I think mine is bigger than yours. Like I always tell niggas
Hey,
who want to
but check
upstrap,
this out.
it ain't
no,
whose gun is bigger, it's who pulled the trigger first. At the end
Russia,
of the day, China
Ru-
Hey,
got
listen.
350, France got 290. I don't see Russia on here
right?
nowhere.
Exactly. That's what I'm telling, cuz
I know that
they
report ain't right.
financially, they are not no rich country, man. They just came after World War II. That's when they started building stability. They was
Yep.
not
Look,
no, they were
okay.
not a
Since,
forefront at the table,
since,
bruh.
since we on it, look up Russia's missile Satan 2 and Satan 1.
Yeah, but
Also, hold on. Also, you gotta look up the hypersonic missiles.
cuz by the time one get over here, 400 gonna be over there. It's gonna
Hmm.
land over here,
Look,
but 400 gonna land over there. You think they
I
not just gonna do nothing?
listen,
Man, we
listen,
got 10 of those missiles, freeze.
hey,
That's what I'm telling them, bro. Russia
listen to what
is
I'm
not
telling you.
a rich country. Russia is
Listen
poor.
to what I'm telling you.
Wait a
Even
minute.
if
Wait, whoa,
if
whoa,
you
whoa,
said
whoa,
four,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
okay,
whoa. So Russia possesses a total of 5,977 nuclear warheads as of 2022.
Warheads. Warheads. They can't lift off if they're not fully capable. They're missiles. Warheads are the ones that go on top of the missile. They're
Mm.
not
Nuclear
capable.
war.
I'm
Okay,
telling
let's
you.
see.
listen. All
And
right,
the United
I go.
States don't have as many as them.
That's what I was trying to say. Listen. You gotta understand. Look up the Satan 1, the Satan 2, and the hypersonic missiles. I be on this shit
I,
religion.
I I'm not agree. I'm
But,
not disagreeing with any of y'all. They can
right.
get missiles over here. I'm
But
not
listen,
saying that they can't. They can get missiles over here, but the retaliation is going to be catastrophic. That's what I'm
Hmm.
telling y'all. And
listen.
who? And if it's catastrophic, what white man is going to rule when it's catastrophic?
Hey, listen. This is the thing. This is
What
the
white
thing.
man?
If you said, first of all, 400 nukes, it will never happen because that's gonna destroy the entire planet
That's
before.
what they're gonna
Lord
Once
have
you
know.
get
mercy.
One can do
once you
that.
get to about five and five, six of them boys, you done destroyed
So
No,
everything.
okay, so wait,
one can
so
do that.
so listen, the world's most powerful nuclear missile is a Russian ICBM.
Mm.
Like I
Right.
said,
That's
Although
not saying
it's
I'm not saying that they can't drop a nuclear bomb. Everybody, any sane
but
person
they're
know that.
saying that it's
I'm
the most
saying
powerful.
right, it's the most powerful.
is
But if
listen,
you
listen,
drop one here, how many do you think they're gonna drop over there? I'm not
listen.
saying
Oh yeah.
that's
You
what I'm
un,
saying.
you got understand this.
Cause
Russia has the largest navy, most powerful navy in the world.
no, they don't. No, they don't.
They have
Oh
the
hell
most.
no.
No, they don't.
Listen,
America
Hey,
listen.
got
what did Free
no, they
say?
don't.
I
What
said
did Free
Russia
say?
has the largest,
No, they
most
don't.
powerful nuclear navy in the world. Not army, navy. That's
No,
what I'm telling you.
we got more
Not
nuclear. You got to you just look it up.
army.
We
Are
got
they
so many
subs? They subs.
nuclear subs. I don't
I
care. Hey,
listen.
listen, it
America
ain't benefit.
is a force.
It's it's not benefiting me to argue with you or discuss with you
Right.
about these crackers. It's gonna happen if it's gonna happen. All I'm gonna
Yep.
say is catastrophic when it
I
happens.
agree.
If these
Yep,
I
motherfuckers drop
agree.
shit over there.
Okay, so listen,
that's
y'all.
true.
The
I agree.
top 10 largest militaries based on active personnel would be the United States, North Korea, Russia, Pakistan. Can y'all see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
Okay.
Yes.
In,
Pakistan, Iran,
India,
South Korea, Vietnam, and Egypt.
So is you saying they saying that their military, the United States military, is larger than China?
yes.
No.
China's not even on here.
China,
But
China.
you know what? I think maybe the point that he might be trying to make with that is you don't have to be enlisted, but when it's wartime, China just pick up everybody,
yeah.
That's right.
and we outnumbered. So toe to toe, we be in trouble. But I mean, as far as nuclear powers, then that factors in different. But yeah, but China ain't on there.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sorry.
No,
They,
Hey.
they
because
didn't
you
make
know
they didn't make the cut.
they ain't make the cut. But you know what? I
So the
didn't.
United States is the number one army in the world.
Yeah, like come
That's a
on
fact.
now. And
It's,
you know
it's
where
an
that came from,
army.
right? It's called
I,
Cotton is King.
you said you
Hmm.
White,
said
white,
you,
and
you
white.
said army. You said army.
Bread for it.
Do you think them white supremacist generals care about when they did the man? They want to go to
Nope.
war. Them white
Hmm.
supremacist generals want war, man. Not the
So
president or the Democratic Party. It's the
the
people that got their hands on them buttons, bruh.
the
It's the
five most
industrial.
powerful armies in the world is Japan is number 5, India is number 4, China is number 3, Russia is number 2.
Yep.
Wow. And then the United States. So
Yep.
it
First.
kind of goes back to you took number 2 and number 3 and combined hands. What does the United States have at
Mm,
that point?
It,
Right.
it, it
mm.
doesn't matter if they drop a
And you
bomb, we all
forgot
dead
Iran and
anyway.
India.
Well, no,
Right.
I'm not. I
At the
didn't
end of
forget
the day,
anybody. I just read what
right.
the
At the end of the
internet is
day,
saying
at the end of
because
the day,
India is
That's
on
what
listen.
here. India is number 4.
that's what it sound.
In,
It sound like
That,
we boasting white supremacist crackers that don't even like the Africans in Russia, saying, "Oh, just because they got man, fuck all them
right.
crackers, man. The racist
no,
ones,
no, no,
the
no. That's
racist,
not what
the
I'm doing.
racist."
What I'm doing is honing in on the fact that when it does come down to it, okay, I am an American with 3 K's in the middle. I'm in America. I was born here. I am an American.
That's
So
right.
like that's what I'm honing in. Like, yeah, I'm with you. Fuck the police. Fuck the Europeans.
Right.
But at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I'm sorry, I am an American.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I gotta work.
And guess what, y'all? Guess what? I'm a proud motherfucking
Right,
American.
right.
Thank you.
Hey, Queen, I gotta want America to win because I live, goddamn it.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
of course, of
Fuck
course. But
that.
at the end of the day, if it's a tactical war, it's all good. But if nukes get involved, nobody wins.
Right,
No.
right.
Everybody gonna
right.
take it.
True indeed.
Because not only the explosion, but the after effects
Yes,
of
Yeah.
yes. That shit
Yes.
passed over. That lasted in Japan for like 5 or 10 years, man. After that,
Even
word.
more so.
Oh, it's more than that.
At
Yeah.
the end of the day, we have to learn. I don't know what the solution is, honestly, other than us doing for self.
Right.
When it comes to the whole war shit with them, we ain't got nothing to do with that. We can't
Right.
control it. I don't even know.
No, we don't run them.
We would have to start a whole nother party and be on some other shit because Democrats and Republicans on some other shit at the end of the day.
Whatever I can.
Because you know I'm a Republican. Ouch.
And hold on. At the end of the day, this is what I was about to get at. At the end of the day, like I said, when Obama was in office, at the end of that term, we was damn near we was in the same position.
Yeah.
With Russia.
Yeah.
Trump came in, the shit calmed down a year, and then we backed out of Afghanistan. 6 months later, we doing this whole Ukraine thing, which Ukraine has nothing to do with us. However, it does make what Trump say look official with him having all these business dealings in the Ukraine
And in Russia.
Actually,
But no, I'm
you
talking
guys
about
say
Joe Biden.
I think Biden and his son has the whole Russia deals and all those things going on.
that's what
Trump's
Freeze was
haven't been
saying, yeah.
proven.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So
What was the
That's
last thing,
why-
Sylvia? You said Trump what?
It hasn't been proven. I mean, there are accusations about Trump that hasn't been proven. However, as far as Biden and his son, definitely has been proven and documented that he
Yep.
did have dealings
Right.
with
in the
countries
Ukraine.
that he wasn't supposed to. Definitely.
Right.
And they
And-
still
and
haven't
that-
done any
Allegedly.
charges.
Did
Yeah,
y'all see
What'd
allegedly.
you say, MFC?
Yeah, and
Did
they
y'all
still
see-
haven't charged neither one of them with anything.
When did
Exactly.
this happen?
Oh man, this been
I
going
thought you
on
guys
for the
was the
last
last
Yeah,
couple
it's been
years.
going on.
It has
listen,
before the president's before Biden
Yep.
took office. It was
Yep.
already verified.
Right,
Yeah.
but listen, this is the thing. This proves what Trump was talking about was white. We ain't got no reason to be in Ukraine at all. They
Nope.
not even a part of NATO. So why are we messing with that situation?
That's
Free
true.
It has
Palestine.
nothing to do with our country.
Well,
But don't
allegedly, I
always
hear it
do
has
everybody's
something to do
business.
with those scientific facilities.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I heard that too. But what I'm saying is this: there, what's the name is not a part of NATO.
No,
Ukraine
it's
is
not.
a part
Ukraine
of
wasn't.
NATO. Right. And one of the things Putin was mad about is we keep putting weapons around Russia, which was against the agreement that they had when the Soviet Union broke up.
Mhm.
So that's one of the reasons they mad. But it does look like the stuff Trump was saying is legit when it comes to Biden and his business dealings.
Because he
Hey,
always
Freeze. Freeze, Freeze, do you got a Make America Great hat?
Hell no.
I do what?
But listen,
Do you, Sylvia?
but listen,
I
we
do
gotta-
all day. I had to keep it because one day when my kids go to school, my great grandkids, I want them to be able to say, "My grandma had this hat."
You
Hey,
should
but
have
look,
bought a Pirates
My
hat.
Nana.
it don't got
Just bought a Pirates hat. Y'all remember when Pirates hats were in? Like, What?
The pirate hats. I mean, you mean like that's being used for, gang affiliation right now?
Oh,
I'd rather have Trump. I'd rather have Trump than Biden right now.
Hey, but
Yes, I
listen, at
would
the end,
too.
I'm gonna say I'm
but what
for
I'm
the
saying,
politics that line my pocket, and Trump lined my pockets.
Oh yeah,
Thank
yeah,
That's
you.
right. Yep.
yeah.
what
He
I'm
And
saying,
definitely did.
he had the
Obama
platinum
took from
plan
my
the,
pocket.
the,
Trump
for
the
black
lined
only
my
people.
pocket.
listen, listen.
Yes.
This is all I'm saying. I ain't worried about neither one of them. But what I am saying is what Trump was saying when they was running for office, and he was talking about Biden and his son's business dealings in Ukraine. It
It's
looks
true.
official. I don't know if y'all
Hmm.
seen when the U.S. Army general, the guy, the black guy, the head guy, he said we will break heaven and earth for Ukraine. His exact words, and that's not an
Wow.
alleged.
But you know who runs the world? The Rothschilds, the bank owners,
And what are they?
the
And what are
money.
they?
Allegedly.
And what are
Europeans,
Yeah.
Europeans,
hey,
Allegedly. Yeah.
hey, hey,
Europeans,
and what are they?
These niggas want to go to jail. I am.
Europeans.
I
Hey,
voted for Trump.
Quinn,
I
Quinn,
did too.
Allegedly.
And your
Quinn,
vote didn't
what?
go absolutely nowhere.
He won.
He didn't win
HBCUs
off a
had more
vote.
money than they ever had with
He
Trump.
didn't win off of votes. No president wins an election. Presidents are
Elected.
selected, not
Yeah,
elected.
they don't even
That's
run
true.
shit. They don't
That's
even run
true.
shit. It's the donors, the
Can't
people
argue
that
with
put
that.
the people that put the money behind the run shit. They don't run shit. The people that put the money behind them run it.
Run what?
The country.
No, sir, Bob. The people that run the country, well, part
The
of it is
money. The
yes,
donors.
the money. It's the Rothschild, and the Rothschilds and them ain't donating shit
No, I'm
because
not.
all
I'm
they
not.
do,
Right.
they're
I'm
the
I
not.
ones
said if
who
you
I'm
get.
can
not
They
name
are
the
talking.
the
enemy,
ones.
that's not the biggest
I'm.
one.
They own the
I,
government.
I'm
They
not
are the
talking.
ones
I'm not
who.
talking about the Rothschilds. I'm talking about
But
the
no, they are
donors
the ones who run everything. They
through
are
the
the
Mm.
ones who
no.
the
They run it.
It's them, the Berta brothers, all them. They are the ones who run this country.
And
Period. They always
Bilderberg.
have,
you
and they
know
always will.
you know who run this
Oh
country
wow.
too? The
Mm.
NRA. That's who run this country too. The ones that supply the country with guns. The United States. They're a
They
big
don't run the
leader.
country. They get
No,
permission
right,
from the
but you got.
owners of the government. And the
But
owners of the government are those big bank boys that we're talking about.
right, but it's
Those
Mhm.
not the
are the
press.
ones who run this country.
But it's
They
not the.
always have and they always will. Anything that happens, we quickly to say the Jews have control over the networks and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, the Jews are only allotted to do what the owners of the country let them
Right,
do.
but
And those are the ones who own the country.
I'm saying the
Everybody else
same.
make power moves, but their power moves have to be
But,
okay.
but listen, I'm saying the same thing as you. The president don't run nothing. He
I ain't
don't
say the
run nothing.
president. I ain't mentioned the
That's
president
No,
a damn
I'm not.
time.
No, that's what me and
the
Freeze was
president is
talking
the
about.
face.
He
The
is the
president is
yeah.
the
He's the
face.
talking point.
True.
He's the talking point. The
True.
money comes from just like I said the first time. The Rothschilds, they run a lot of this of the banking and how your money go through the banking system. If they cut that off, you have no dealings. That's why they try to America cause sanctions. That's why they try to cause sanctions because a lot of people, a lot of Americans invested in Russia. They don't want to tell you that. A lot of these politicians invested in Russia. They invested in Egypt, Spain, and all those countries that have nuclear power.
Are you talking about like Hillary Clinton? Like that?
Yeah, yep,
Oh,
yep.
allegedly, right?
Y'all better get off of my
Yeah.
girl Hillary.
Yeah.
She ran this country
Got
very
the feds
good.
coming, boy. You know,
Allegedly, right?
get them knocking at your fucking door, boy.
Hey, yo, hey,
I wasn't
let me
saying nothing. Y'all niggas be doing the Nori.
let me close, let me
I
close my.
apologize to all. Look. I apologize to all the Jews I offended tonight.
That, that nigga Nori said, I
Allegedly.
apologize to the cameraman. I apologize to the nigga to put the battery in the fucking microphone.
Hey, I'm about to.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm about to go lock my doors and my windows. I'll see y'all later.
Yeah, I
Close
know.
your
Hey,
blinds.
Come get your ass.
cuz, man, you sounded so much like me, dog. I thought it was me. Back, I thought my shit was running delayed. I was like, damn, sound like me talking. I ain't even saying shit.
All right. But hey, we about to have a good night, everybody.
All right.
We're gonna be back on this back channel and whatnot probably tomorrow. This week is some time. You guys hold it down.
It's
Um, anybody want to give a shout out?
it's gonna be a hot seat all week. Let's get it
All
on.
right, all right,
Everyone
all
be
right,
careful. Have a
everybody.
blessed night.
Yes.
Yes,
Thank you. You
ladies,
I
too.
got one more
gentlemen.
thing. Make sure y'all checked out that Return to Hot Sauce.
Oh yeah.
Fire.
Turn the hot
Hey,
Nice.
sauce. Yes,
we'll talk about it next time. I got a new movie that's about to a new series
What
that's
is
about to
Return to
drop.
Hot Sauce?
My
What's it?
movie,
What's it called?
a
What's it
movie
called?
2015 I put out. It's gonna be we re-releasing it. It's
Okay,
gonna
Where
what
be
is it
where do
called?
I get it
it's
from?
Return to Hot Sauce. It's hold on.
Return the hot
Hold on.
sauce.
Oh, hold on
Okay,
1 second. Hold on 1 second. 1 second.
okay,
One
return the hot
goddamn
sauce.
second.
That ain't no goddamn X-rated movie, is it? Okay.
20,000. Hey,
I
hey,
don't
No,
think
it sounds. I'm
anybody
saying
want hot sauce.
20,000
the
copies.
title sounds kind of ooh. What the fuck? Some toxic
Ouch.
shit.
Hey,
I don't know.
20,000 copies independent by
Oh, I
myself.
get it. Hot sauce in
All
my
right.
purse and that campaign with her having a hot sauce, Clinton administration. Okay, like that or nah?
Nah, it's a character. It's just a character.
Lord,
Oh, I'm trying to figure out where it's
It,
at.
Hey,
it runs
did
it
I
runs in the
read too far into that or no?
No, it's
it
hey,
runs in the family. I see.
yeah.
yeah, for
Don't
y'all.
tell me.
Allegedly.
Look,
It's the new
Yes,
Quiz,
hot
allegedly.
Quiz,
sauce.
Quiz,
Yes, sir. How
Quiz got
dare I?
Quiz, Quiz
Huh?
got a lot of characters. Quiz got a lot of characters that he does, and for his movies and
Oh,
things like that, some things of that nature. He got quite a few of them.
oh.
It's
And
funny.
Well, he would
And
Nigga,
love
your whole
Zafina,
family
wouldn't
got
he?
characters.
I
Your whole
vouch.
family fucking do characters.
And,
Y'all niggas, y'all motherfucking the Waynes.
and
Y'all
I,
get the
I,
I
Waynes to run for
hey,
their
There's
money.
nothing
hey,
about it on your
hey,
page,
hey,
free.
tell about Zafina, Sylvia.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I normally come when I'm not serious and I'm not my actual self. I'm Zafina or Zafina 313. And yeah, she is a character. And I present information, but I do it in a funny way. And then, of course, it's always allegedly or only in joking,
Mhm.
so
What
that
the?
I don't step on too many toes with things I actually feel on the inside, but joking about it. So
Gotcha.
So
yeah,
wait, can I ask you this, Sylvia? What is the red dot on your forehead?
it is a bendy dot. Now tonight I did not wear my kumkum, my saffron, or any of my turmeric on my neck. I this is I guess this is my spiritual discipline. I have a lot of people ask me, "You're not from India," but I mean, if you're Christian, I don't assume you're from the Vatican, and if you're Muslim, you're not from the Middle East or Africa. So spiritual
Yes.
discipline has nothing to do with genetics or location. So yeah.
Mm,
But coincidentally, I am part Bangladeshi. So
okay.
That's what's
Right,
up.
right.
That's what's
there we
up,
go.
man.
I'm
Yes.
3% Bohemian.
Hey, I like it. Yeah, as you did say earlier, and I was like, I heard you.
Yes. All right,
I
you
heard
guys
you.
have a good one. Enjoy.
All
Enjoy your night. Don't be speeding like I do. All right, love life.
right.
That's all right.